Blog Talk Radio.
Here we go. Blast off.
This is True Capitalist Radio. True Capitalist Radio.
I am your host, the man they call Ghost.
The badass of business.
Give him capitalism or give him death.
That's it. Period.
Broadcasting from his Skyline office studios in beautiful downtown Austin, Texas.
You sound fruitier than a box of Fruit Loops, for Christ's sake.
And now, he'll take it from here. Your host, the prognosticator of prognosticators, the man they call Ghost.
Going, folks, and thank you for tuning in with me to another edition of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And once again, folks, I want to thank you very much for tuning in with me. This is episode number 488. Episode number 488. And before we get into anything else, I'd like for everybody to please spread it around like a wildfire, and let everybody know that True Capitalist Radio is in effect and in the house. And we are live every Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here on the official website of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast, and it is blogtalkradio.com/ghost. That's blogtalkradio.com/ghost. And, of course, if you have not done so, please follow us on Twitter and Gab. Of course, Gab is the Twitter alternative. You can find us both, or find me both on those. Find me on both of those social media websites. Jesus Christ. You can tell it's a bad case of the Mondays. Anyway, I'm on both of those social media sites under the name Politics Ghost. All one word, no underscores. Politics Ghost is the goddamn name to follow on Twitter or Gab. Anyway, folks, I hope everybody had a decent weekend. It was supposedly, I think, Hairy Palm Sunday yesterday. Hope everybody had a decent Hairy Palm Sunday, celebrated it well. But let's get right into the crux of business. And let's talk about cryptocurrency here. Now, first and foremost, before I get into the cryptocurrency markets, I want to go ahead and talk to some of the folks that have been giving me questions on whether is it better to mine based in real-life hardware, or is it easier or better to mine in cloud? Now, I want to remind everybody, folks, that to each their own. Some people may like the challenge. They may like the ability to understand the hardware in conjunction with the software. They may have growth ambitions for their server farm. There's a lot of motives that could be driving somebody who would want to create their own mining rig at their own place, their office, whatever the case might be. Let me go ahead and retweet a 6-GPU cryptocurrency mining rig that I found on YouTube. Here it is right here, okay? Now, all it is, it's just showing, without any talking, a 6-GPU, that means graphic processing unit, and you've got 6 GPUs in this mining rig, and you could see it in action. Now, take in consideration that there's some hardware cost involved in that, depending on the GPU. GPUs can cost you anywhere brand new, $150 on the low end, to the high end, like $500, $600, $700, up to $1,000, for heaven's sake. Now, with that being said, there are some ways to be able to get around this. All right, now one thing that you can do is that if you wanted to build yourself a rig, there are ways to obtain graphics cards that are defective or broken. Now, what I would suggest to you tech-savvy guys out there who are really insistent on getting yourself a real hardware mining rig for cryptocurrency, I would advise you guys to maybe look into purchasing some of these graphics cards with broken fans. And if you can fix the fan in the graphics card, you can go ahead and actually take advantage of potentially building yourself a decent rig if you can obtain yourself GPU units, GPUs, maybe with fans broken. I've seen them on eBay for about $30. You know, and these are high-end GPUs that would be otherwise $500-600. So that's a strategy. Another strategy, obviously, is just to go right at some of the pre-made hardware that is meant for cryptocurrency mining. One of the mainstream pieces of hardware that's built specifically for this is called Ant Miner. And, of course, an Ant Miner, even at the low end, is going to cost you around $1,200. If you could find one used that's maybe not as powerful as it once was, you may be able to find one used on the market out there for about $900. But either way, you still need to make sure that the software is running properly on that particular hardware. You need to make sure that you have an internet connection. You need to make sure that you have electricity to suffice that particular rig. You need to make sure you have a generous airflow so that the damn rig itself doesn't overheat, doesn't fry your GPUs, doesn't fry your motherboard, doesn't fry, there's a lot of factors to go on. But you see, there are some people that may like to potentially mine cryptocurrency in this capacity. And maybe it's because they want the first-hand knowledge. Maybe they want to see if they can expand their capabilities, so on and so forth. But as I said before, let's say you have the high-end rig right now that's mining high hash rate cryptocurrency today. In the next 6 months, possibly sooner, possibly later, that capacity is going to go down because more and more people are going to be mining whatever cryptocurrency you are mining. And as a result, you're going to have people that are on these mining pools with more sophisticated hardware, with bigger GPUs, with bigger processing capabilities, and the algorithm is going to go to those processing units or those on the network with high-end hash rates. The algorithm is going to go with them because they're going to be able to solve these problems. They're going to be able to solve these transactions a lot sooner, a lot faster. So as it relates, the unfortunate part about it is, even if you do have the high-end rig at this point in time, you are going to have to upgrade that rig. Now, that means either adding on to your current server farm, or that means maybe getting rid of one or two pieces of hardware on your server farm to fund another piece of hardware to tack on to your mining rig. Now, it's a real big pain in the ass. I'm telling you this right now. Unless you are a tech-savvy person that likes the challenge and has a pretty decent electric billing situation in your dwelling, I would advise this. Now, there are some people on Twitter saying rigs will net you more money but are a headache. High electric bill, high heat, loud. Don't forget that. These things are going to be loud, folks. Maintenance, and will crash and potentially catch on fire. So that's something to consider. That's why I keep telling you folks, you have to take all these factors in consideration. There needs to be cool airflow in these server farms. That's why if you see these server farms, they should at least have about 2 or 3 fans in every direction so that this damn thing doesn't fry. Now, with that being said, let's go back to the hardware mining. Okay, you've got yourself your hardware rig. It's mining you a high hash rate right now. In 6 months, you're going to have to add on to that rig or potentially sell a piece of hardware off that rig so that you can increase your hash mining potential. As more people get on the mining pools with higher-end hardware, you've got to keep up. That's just the way it is. This is the mining game, folks. All right? Now, there is the alternative, which I have suggested, and I do want to give some people advice because I'm currently doing this. I do have a small GPU that's mining some Zcash but it's not yielding anything. And I usually keep that particular computer on all the time anyway. So hey, if I'm keeping it on, it's a GPU. What the hell? Might as well get whatever you can get. Now, what I'm doing, folks, and let me go ahead and retweet this here, is going on the cloud. Now, of course, I've been telling folks about this particular service called Genesis-mining.com. This is a very, very simple service that provides people the opportunity to instant mine just within an instant. Now, let me advise folks that are doing this now, what you need to do is you need to get whatever you're yielding here for the next couple of months, and you're going to be able to yield in whatever cryptocurrency that you are mining. Now, what people are making the mistake on this service is that they're buying, like let's say they're buying a package of Monero, or they're buying a 2-year package. These are all 2-year packages. So if you buy a package, this thing will mine for you for 2 years. You will have whatever your mine yields deposited in your wallet every day. So it's very, very convenient. But what I'm finding is people are trying to split their hash power into 2 or 3 different coins. Now, I would strongly advise folks not to do this. I'd strongly advise folks, if you're going to purchase a pretty decent amount of hash power, make sure to dedicate that hash power all to one particular coin. And you want to make sure it's a coin that you think is going to increase. In my view, I think most coinage are going to increase here in the next 2 years anyway. I think that right now, if you're getting into cloud mining, hell, if you're even getting into real-life hardware mining, I think that you're ahead of the game. I think that there's nothing but increased potential in cryptocurrency. But either way, I just want to give people the heads up. And, of course, you can get a discount on Genesis-mining by using the discount code WEA296. Once again, discount code WEA296. I would strongly advise folks to just stick to one coin. And then as you start mining and as you start seeing deposits in your wallet, I would strongly advise you within the 2 months to add hash power to what you are currently having at the present time. So when you add on to hash power, not only are you increasing your potential yields on your mining, but at the same time, you are also keeping up with the increased hash power that everybody's going to have to need. And in my view, folks, as these cryptocurrencies go up in value, I think that right now, mining at these prices are going to be dirt cheap, and I think that everybody, by the time people start seeing, oh my God, cryptocurrency's going through the roof, it's going to be too late. It's going to be too late. We talked about it last week. Japan has already legalized cryptocurrency as a legal form of tender. So that means you can go to Japan right now, spend cryptocurrency at 29,000 stores in Japan. This April 20th is the day, folks, for you folks to mark on your calendars for you cryptocurrency people out there. April 20th is the day in which India will decide, and I'm talking the country of India, on whether or not cryptocurrency will be a legal form of tender in India. Because, folks, we talked about, some months back that India has outlawed hard, tangible cash. There is no hard, tangible cash in India any longer, and now you've got a big SWIFT going into cryptocurrency, and the government of India is considering on whether or not it's going to use that as a legal form of tender. If it does, I think that this damn price could go through the roof. Just think about it in supply and demand factors, folks. You've got 1 billion, at least over 1 billion Indians in India, okay? And then if this starts to become legal tender, I'm talking cryptocurrency, that means you're going to have 1 billion Indians wanting to acquire cryptocurrency on top of all the 130 million Japanese who are already acquiring it now. So as this continues to grow and countries continue to accept this as a legal form of tender, and I think this is going to a trend that's continuing. They're talking about it in Nigeria, accepting it as a legal form of tender. They're talking about in certain South American countries. They're talking about, this is a legit alternative to the current monetary system. And in my view, I think that everybody should get on the ground level now, in my view, man. Look, it doesn't matter if you're mining. I don't care what you do, man. Just obtain it. All right? Just hoard it like it's silver or gold. All right? Just hoard it and hoard it for a couple of years and see what happens. Hoard it for a couple of years and see what happens, and I probably can assure you that you will be unbelievably glad that you did. Now, for you folks that are also wondering, okay, I want to make money faster than waiting for mining for a 2-year contract. I want to make money faster. Well, you have to work for it. You got to work. Shantae, you got to work, baby. All right, now, one thing I want to go ahead and give the 411 on for all the folks that want a free digital wallet and have a free digital wallet with a built-in exchange in the wallet. Let me go ahead and tweet this out. This is a free wallet, folks. Everybody can download this. This is called Exodus. Let me go ahead and tweet this out. Here it is right here, folks. This is a free Bitcoin wallet. It'll hold Ethereum. It'll hold Litecoin. It'll hold Dashcoin. It'll hold Dogecoin. Now, aside from it being a free digital wallet, it has a built-in exchange in which you can instantaneously just start trading out your Bitcoin for your Ethereum or your Ethereum for your Dash, or so on and so forth. All right? So that's all I'm saying. I mean, I'm just trying to give people the heads up. I want as many people to take advantage of cryptocurrency as possible. This is a free wallet. I mean, it's free, and the exchange is just built into the wallet. It's unbelievable. You don't have to go to all these exchanges. If you just want to just exchange, and these are the cryptocurrencies that this covers, Exodus has Bitcoin, Ethereum, Dash, Litecoin, and Dogecoin. And you can trade those all night long in that wallet without having to go and open up exchanges and that sort of thing. So in my personal view, I mean, I'm just trying to give people all these different strategies so that people can take advantage of this up-and-coming wealth revolution. Because I genuinely believe, folks, that wealth, not riches, wealth is going to be generated in the cryptocurrency markets for those of us that are taking advantage of it right now. And you know what? Speaking of which, take a look at Zero Hedge. Check this out. Take a look at Zero Hedge. Russia may legalize Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies in 2018. Check this out. This is just today. This is what I'm talking about. I mean, listen, I'm as serious as a heart attack when I am trying to let everybody know that this phenomena of cryptocurrency is here. And look, if you don't even understand it, get a wallet and just hoard it. However you need to get it, just get it and hoard it, man. Hoard it. I mean, even if you don't understand trading, even if you don't understand mining, just get it and hoard it. I believe here in the next 2 years, if you hoard as much of it as you can, you're going to be unbelievably generously rewarded, in my opinion. I mean, look at all the signs, man. Look at all the signs. I'm telling you, man. I mean, now you got India, April 20th. We're going to figure out whether they're going to accept cryptocurrency as legal tender. Now you've got Russia. We may even see Taiwan, because remember, Taiwan has outlawed physical currency. You may see, I mean, it's just, this is happening right before our eyes. And in my opinion, folks, the reason I'm putting cryptocurrency at the first of the financial hour at True Capitalist Radio is because I want everybody who's listening to jump aboard on this, man. Jump aboard on this, and when you guys are nice and rich, wealthy, however it is that you play this, remember, it's up to you how to play this cryptocurrency market. You know, it's up to you. But when you guys are basking in your success, you're going to be like, man, you know what? Ghost was right, man. God damn, look at this guy. He got me rich again. Woo! Anyway, folks. folks, let me go ahead and get right into the cryptocurrency market, man. I mean, the only reason that I'm bringing all this stuff up is because I want everybody to get involved in this. You don't have to mine. You don't have to trade. Just obtain it. And one more strategy, folks, also. I gave this advice to the Inner Circle about a couple of weeks back, and I hope that they took it because I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to give it to you because I think that we need to grow cryptocurrency so that we don't necessarily need central banks any longer. We don't need banks holding our goddamn money and charging us, $15 a month just to hold our goddamn money. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we don't need that. But in my view, folks, I think right now is a perfect opportunity. All right, this is a perfect opportunity for you folks to just go out there and potentially start yourself a small little consulting business. And what you need to do is you need to know the ins and outs of cryptocurrency. You need to know the ins and outs of, wallets and how to send money, how to receive money, that sort of thing. And you can go and sell your services on retrofitting businesses to accept cryptocurrency. And listen, all you need to do is just call these people, just go up to businesses, call them, and say, hey, I'm such and such. How would you like to have a transaction in which there's no transaction fees? Once the transaction is fulfilled, there is no chargebacks. There is no goddamn fees for holding trades. I mean, there's just so many benefits. I mean, I want everybody out there to do this. And I want them to spread the word about this cryptocurrency because there are so many benefits, and I think that people out there, they deserve to make some cash out here. I mean, go out there to the small businesses especially, folks, especially in the retail sector. And this is another thing that you could sell these retail folks.
Calling the 2017 Mercedes-Benz GLA simply a compact SUV is like describing a cathedral as just 4 walls and a ceiling. The GLA is both a beautiful work of design and one of the most functional SUVs in its class, and it's available at an exceptional price. Why drive any compact SUV when you could be driving the 2017 Mercedes-Benz GLA? Visit mbusa.com/GLA to learn more. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
You can tell these retail folks that, hey, look, if you do accept cryptocurrency, this within itself will draw customers to your establishment without you even attempting to put any kind of advertising effort because you are accepting cryptocurrency. I mean, there are so many benefits to do this. I would strongly advise everybody that's listening, if you can, you want to make a business, it's very simple. Don't overcharge businesses because you don't want to be an asshole that rip people off. But I think that a business would be more than happy if you retrofitted their damn business with cryptocurrency acceptance capability. I mean, what, $200? Anywhere from $200 to $500, depending on your market. $200 to $500. Your retrofit, depending on the business. That sort of thing. So in my personal opinion, folks, I think that you just need to go out. There's so many opportunities to do so. And let's just say this, okay? Let's say you got some miners going out there and you're mining high yields. Or let's say you're a badass trader and you're trading and you're getting badass liquidity and you're yielding more and more amounts of cryptocurrency. Well, folks, what you can do now is you could sell that cryptocurrency on the street. Yeah, I'm not even joking around. You sell that cryptocurrency on the street, man, because people right now, I mean, they're finding it very, very hard to obtain cryptocurrency without having to pay some tremendous premium. And if you're yielding this out of mining, it's very easy to just go out there and sell it to the general public. Now, I know there are a couple of websites that provide this service for free, but they also take maybe a small fee. There's one called localbitcoins.com that's a decent one in which you can locate folks that are either selling or buying Bitcoin and you can physically go and you know, exchange the cash for crypto or crypto for cash. All right, I mean, it's as simple as that. And you can, I mean, it's very, very simple, folks. I mean, there are so many ways that you can make capital in this cryptocurrency revolution as it's budding, as it's coming up. So these are just a few pieces of advice that I want from people to know. I mean, I think people need to consider that there are a variety of different ways to make money, baby, all right? I mean, all you got to do is think about them, and then you have to take the initiative to go out and make it happen. You see, what's unfortunate is that people just think that they can just go out and, you know, they think they can drop 1,000, 2,000, and it's just going to, it's magically through osmosis going to give them dramatic amounts of yields and benefits and all kinds of goddamn profits. But you have to understand, those people that sit here and, like, you know, they drop about 500 and expect, like, I don't know, 10,000. Those are the folks that are just going to sit there and think that things are going to happen. It's just going to happen to them. Things are just going to drop in the bucket and happen to them. And it's sad. But, you know, that's the difference between us capitalists and those that just think that this falls along the same lines as the folks that went into Trump University. You know, the folks that went into Trump University, they dropped a certain amount of money, they got information, and because through osmosis the goddamn information didn't get them rich, they decided to go and take Trump to trial and have a class action lawsuit. I mean, this is the kind of garbage that is really preventing people from actually doing something worth a crap. All right, I'm serious. It's just the bottom line. So in the end, folks, I would strongly advise everybody, before you start listening to Timbuktu and Harry and this and that, what you need to do is just make the initiative and go and make it happen. Because in the end, everybody's going to try to tear you down. Everybody's going to say, you know what, cryptocurrency, I don't get it. I think it's a scam. I think it's... Hey, when those idiots aren't making money here in the next 2 years, when all these countries are accepting cryptocurrency as a legal form of tender, when you can literally take cryptocurrency that you're sitting on here in America and travel to another country like Japan and cash them in on actual goods and services. I mean, you know what that means, folks, right? I mean, that means that you can take your cryptocurrency, fly to Japan, all right, and if you're a millionaire in cryptocurrency, you're a millionaire in Japan. And you can just start, you know, spending money. You can live, I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you can buy an apartment. I mean, it's just, give me a freaking break. Give me a break. Anyway, folks, let me go ahead and get to the cryptocurrency markets, folks, because right now they're mixed because we had a little bit of a raise in the dollar. And, of course, the reason that we're having a raise in the dollar is because of all the uncertainty that we're having throughout the international community right now. And, unfortunately, that's just the fact of the matter. So let's go ahead and get to the cryptocurrency markets, folks. Let's get to Bitcoin. Bitcoin has been rather fluctuating between 1,200 and about 1182, 1190 throughout the day. Looking very nice out here. Bitcoin, symbol BTC, current market capitalization is $19.2 billion. Current circulating supply for Bitcoin is 16.2 million Bitcoin in circulation. In the past 24 hours, it has gone down 0.69%. Current price as of right now for Bitcoin, symbol BTC, current price $1,182.66 per Bitcoin. And to think, you know what I mean? Just to think. That's just American dollars. Just imagine if that was exchanged in a currency like the Japan's currency, which is, it is overdone. I mean, I'm just saying, you can exchange cryptocurrency for any currency, and depending on what market you're in, you could be a goddamn millionaire just by having a few hundred goddamn Bitcoin. I'm not even joking around. So I'm just saying, I mean, that's what I was talking to, some folks in the inner circle. I was like, look, let's help each other out. Let's do some trading. Let's do some mining. Let's put our forces together out here. And then what we can do is we can just unload, our cryptocurrency in some freaking badass Caribbean island somewhere, establish our headquarters. And, we'll be working and doing our trading on the beach while we have some broad in a damn straw skirt feeding us Mai Tais and margaritas. You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on. I'm not joking. It's not. Look, I'm done. Whatever. All right, whatever. You guys, you want to sit there and continue playing your video games and wondering why you're not anything or never going to be anything. You need to get up off your ass and do something about it. Let's go to Ethereum, okay? Ethereum, symbol ETH. Current market capitalization for Ethereum is $3.9 billion market capitalization. The current circulating supply for Ethereum is 90.5 million in circulation. In the past 24 hours, Ethereum has gone down 0.03%. Current price for Ethereum, symbol ETH, current price is $43.34 per Ethereum cryptocurrency. Let's get to Dash Coin, Dash, symbol DASH. The current market capitalization for Dash is $455 million market capitalization. All right. The current circulating supply for Dash Coin is $7.2 million, 7.2 Dash Coin in circulation. 7.2 million Dash Coin in circulation. In the past 24 hours, it has gone down 2.69%. Current price for Dash Coin, symbol DASH, current price $63.05 per Dash Coin. All right. Let's get to Litecoin. We've seen lots of volatility in Litecoin, folks. I mean, it has gone up from 10, a little over 10, down to 8, back to 9, down to 8. I mean, unbelievable amounts of liquidity. And you see, folks, if you were holding any kind of coinage, if you were holding that Exodus wallet, which is absolutely free, folks, you could just be in and out of Litecoin all day long and making liquidity just out of your wallet, man. You don't even need to log into an exchange. That's why I am promoting the Exodus wallet. I mean, it's free, all right? It's absolutely free, and you can just go ahead and exchange this. I mean, Litecoin, folks, take a look at the chart on Litecoin, man. I mean, you could have gone in and out of that a plethora of times, and this is the kind of strategies that you need to do. Take whatever you're mining, take whatever you're obtaining, take whatever you're hoarding, and go in and out, baby. Liquidity, man. Grow your crypto. Anyway, let's continue going here. Litecoin, current market capitalization, LTC is the symbol for Litecoin. Current market capitalization is $447 million market capitalization. The current circulating supply is 50.5 million Litecoin in circulation. In the past 24 hours, Litecoin has gone up 1.59%. Current price for Litecoin, symbol LTC, current price $8.85 per Litecoin cryptocurrency. Let's continue going. We got the Monero. The Monero has been taking an increase dramatically. I mean, it has gone at least from 18 and change. It is now it's above 20. It is above $20. Let's go ahead and get to Monero, symbol XMR. Current market capitalization for Monero is $309 million market capitalization. The current circulating supply for Monero is 14.2 million Monero in circulation. In the past 24 hours, the Monero has gone up 6.32%. Current price for the Monero, symbol XMR, current price $21.68 per Monero cryptocurrency. Let's continue going. We got Ethereum Classic. Ethereum Classic, symbol ETC. Current market capitalization for Ethereum Classic is $234 million market capitalization. The current circulating supply for Ethereum Classic is 90.5 million in circulation. The current, in the past 24 hours, Ethereum Classic has gone down 2.25% decrease. Current price for Ethereum Classic, symbol ETC, current price $2.59 per Ethereum Classic cryptocurrency. Let's get to Zcash, one that I am mining off one of my GPUs. Not mining and yielding a whole terrible lot, but still, I like the fact that I leave one of my PCs on and I'm still making a little bit of change. You know what I'm saying? Zcash, symbol ZEC, current market capitalization for Zcash is $68.3 million. The current circulating supply for Zcash is 1,058,000 in circulation. In the past 24 hours, Zcash has gone up 3.57%. Current price for Zcash, symbol ZEC, current price $64.63 per Zcash cryptocurrency. Let's get to Decred. Decred has taken a little bit of a step down, but it was up yesterday. Let's go ahead and get to Decred, symbol DCR. Current market capitalization for Decred is $54.3 million. The current circulating supply for Decred is 4.6 million in circulation. In the past 24 hours, Decred has gone down 2.75% decrease. Current price for Decred, symbol DCR, current price $11.71 per Decred. Now let's get to BitConnect, folks. I have been talking about BitConnect being a slow riser. Take a look at the chart on BitConnect. I've been talking about this here for the past several sessions. Symbol BCC. The current market capitalization for BitConnect is $36.5 million in market capitalization. The current circulating supply for BitConnect is 5.9 million in circulation of BitConnect. In the past 24 hours, BitConnect has gone up 2.81%. Current price for BitConnect, symbol BCC, current price $6.11 per BitConnect cryptocurrency. I mean, let's continue going, folks. I mean, let's get to CreditBit, folks. I know we've been talking about CreditBit on the radar as of late. It is creeping on a come-up, folks, so we're going to go ahead and cover it today. CreditBit, symbol CRBIT. Current market capitalization for CreditBit is $14.6 million market capitalization. The current circulation of CreditBit is 12.5 million in circulation. In the past 24 hours, CreditBit has gone up 1.61%. CreditBit, current price for CreditBit, symbol CRBIT, current price $1.16 per CreditBit. Now let's take a look at Zcoin. Zcoin had a great rise, and now it is falling, to say the least. Let's go ahead and get to Zcoin, symbol XZC. The current market capitalization for Zcoin is $13.4 million. The current circulating supply for Zcoin is 1.8 million in circulation. In the past 24 hours, folks, Zcoin has gone down 15.39%. I mean, good God! Anyway, folks, current price for Zcoin, symbol XZC, current price $7.24 per Zcoin. Let's go ahead and get to Bitcoin Dark. Bitcoin Dark was rather volatile today, but still flat in the end. All right, let's go ahead and continue going here. We got Bitcoin Dark, symbol BTCD. Current market capitalization for Bitcoin Dark is $10.2 million. The current circulating supply is 1.2 million in circulation. In the past 24 hours, Bitcoin Dark has gone up 0.22%. Current price for Bitcoin Dark, symbol BTCD. Current price $7.91 per Bitcoin Dark. Now let's get to Vertcoin, folks. Have you seen what happened in Vertcoin today? Good God, what's going on? For you folks that don't know, Vertcoin, symbol VTC, the current market capitalization for Vertcoin is $5.9 million. The current circulating supply for Vertcoin is 33.3 million in circulation. In the past 24 hours, Vertcoin has gone up 160.82% increase in the past 24 hours. I mean, good God! Anyway, the current price for Vertcoin, symbol VTC, current price is 17 cents. All right? And there's money to be made on these, small cap, low end, penny type of cryptocurrency. You just got to find when those rises are happening, and when you do, you got to go in and you got to ride those waves, baby. You got to ride those waves. Anyway, last but not least, folks, let's go ahead and get to Z Classic. Z Classic, symbol ZCL. The current market capitalization for Z Classic is $2.5 million market capitalization. The current circulating supply for Z Classic is 829,213 Z Classic in circulation. In the past 24 hours, Z Classic has gone down 2.04%. Z Classic, current price, symbol ZCL, current price $3.01 per Z Classic cryptocurrency. Now that we've gotten the cryptocurrency aspect out of the way, folks, let's go ahead and get into the equities and commodities markets. Now, once it caught wind, or at least the market caught wind, that China was mobilizing 150,000 troops along the North Korean border, which the prognosticator strikes again, but we'll go ahead and talk about that later. Once the news broke that China was amassing troops at the North Korean border, that's when you saw the market just kind of go, I mean, seriously, I'm not even joking around. So right now we're having weird volatility in the market. I think that there's a lot of pattern and day trades to be made with this type of uncertainty, but still, it's really, really, it's really, really uncertain to just kind of go in and think that you can day trade in this kind of uncertain environment, man. Take a look at the intraday chart on the Dow, on the S&P, and on the NASDAQ. Very erratic, doesn't make a lot of sense. But if you were able to make money on some pattern of day trades, more power to you, man. Anyway, let's get to the Dow. The Dow Jones Industrials is up very modestly today. It closes out at up 1.92 points, a percentage increase of 0.01%, closing out the Dow at 20,658.02 points for the Dow Jones Industrial. We've got the S&P also up modestly, 1.62 points, a percentage increase of 0.07%, closing out the S&P at 2,357.16 points for the S&P 500. We've got the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ is also up modestly, folks. It is up 3.11 points, a percentage increase of 0.05%. Closing out the NASDAQ at 5,880.93 points for the NASDAQ composite. Now, folks, I don't really know what's going on here in the equities markets at this point in time. It is basically ran. All right? It is basically ran by the Wall Street fund managers, the hedge fund managers, mutual fund managers, and the machines. Now, I'm getting mixed signals from the business media. You've got some folks that are reading the writing on the wall and realize that all these prices, this, inflated stock market, there's nothing to base this on. I don't understand where these 20,000 Dow Jones Industrial, I don't know where it comes from, but in the end, folks, this damn market may be smoking so much crack, we may see another 200 or 300 point, 400 point increase, in my view. This Wall Street is smoking so much crack. And you want to know why it is? It's because the independent investor is no longer able to be economically free when it comes to the equities markets. And that's why I am trying to call on anybody who cares to tweet at the president, to tweet at your congressman, to tweet at Secretary of the Treasury Mnuchin, and tell them to lift this ridiculous pattern and day trading rule and get rid of it. I mean, this pattern and day trading rule does nothing more than prohibit independent people to supplement their income or to gain more liquidity when they would have otherwise have never had any other opportunity to do so. So I'm just saying, folks, we need to get rid of that pattern and day trading rule. Please try to tell the president, try to tell Mnuchin, we need enough people to make a rise out of this so that they can consider, hey, wait a minute, maybe the pattern or day trading rule sucks. Let's let the independent investors back in the equities market. I mean, let's let them get some liquidity. Why is this only exclusive to Wall Street, for Christ's sake, man? And that's another reason why I focus on cryptocurrency in the beginning of the first hour of the financial markets in this program, folks, because cryptocurrency, you could trade cryptocurrency all night long. There is no pattern or day trading rule in trading cryptocurrency. You could trade it all night long. As a matter of fact, money never sleeps. All right? The currency markets never sleep. So you can trade this and get liquidity all night long. There is no law to this. So that's why I'm saying, folks, I mean, the opportunity is there in cryptocurrency, in my view. I just hope people take it. And I hope people, that are sitting there pissing and moaning about it, I hope that in a few years, when those that took advantage of this particular wave are rich and you're just there, a pathetic, disgusting piece of human protoplasm that's still bitching and moaning and complaining like some social justice warrior, long-haired, liberal, bedwetting hippie, I hope it stings your ass, all right? That you're stupid, oblivious, hard-headed, ridiculous, no substance, think things are going to happen to you ass. I hope it stings that, I didn't take advantage of that. Anyway, let me continue going. Let's get to the commodities, folks, okay? Now, the reason we're seeing an increase in energy, because let's be honest, there's military operations going on in the Middle East. And as a result, you're seeing a little bit of that reflected here in the damn markets. All right, I'm serious. I mean, you're seeing that reflect especially in energy because we have, in my view, an overproduction. I think that we have way too many producers on the world market to justify the prices that are being projected right now in the commodity of energy. But, hey, to each their own, baby, all right? I hope that somebody's making money out of this freaking increase in oil out there in the listener base somewhere. Let's go ahead and get to WTI sweet crude. WTI up today, 91 cents, a percentage increase of 1.74%, closing out WTI at $53.15 per barrel of WTI sweet crude. We've got Brent crude also up today, 79 cents, a percentage increase of 1.43%, closing out Brent crude at $56.03 per barrel of Brent crude oil. Let's get to gasoline. Gasoline is up today, 0.86%. The feast or famine commodity, natural gas, is down today, 0.55%. And heating oil is up, 1.29% increase for heating oil. Let's go ahead and get to the metals, shall we? The metals! Let's get to the goddamn metals. Now, what I'm trying to do here in the metals is show you that because we saw somewhat of a rise in the dollar, it is being reflected today in the metals. Let's go ahead and cover that. Gold today down 90 cents, a percentage decrease of 0.07%, closing out gold at $1,256.40 per troy ounce of gold. We've got silver also down today, folks, 21 cents, a percentage decrease of 1.16%, decrease, Closing out silver at $17.94 per troy ounce of silver. We've got copper also down today, 1.51%, and platinum is unchanged today. Platinum is unchanged. Let's go ahead and get to the agriculture commodities, folks. Grains, very interesting day in commodities, to say the least. Corn up today, 2.09%. Now, let's just take this into consideration. We're seeing a lot of green here in the grains, in the softs, and in livestock. Now, why is this? The reason is, folks, is because the Chinese visit to Mar-a-Lago with the president was a success. One of the things that China has already done is to lift the ban of importing United States beef and certain United States agriculture. So as a result, because China has lifted a lot of these import bans from America, we are seeing an increase in a lot of these agricultural commodities. Now, with that being said, we already started off with corn up 2.09%. Everything that you see in green today means that we're going to see an increase in price because China, remember, it's got to feed over 1.2 billion people. I mean, they're going to want to buy and purchase large quantities of whatever commodity that they wish to purchase. So always remember that because whenever you see these kinds of trade deals happening, it's going to mean that we're going to see a little bit of scarcity, especially in the commodities out here. We're going to see an increase in price. So let's go ahead and get to it. Let's get to wheat. Wheat is up 1.12%. You see, folks, I mean, we're seeing increases even though the dollar is increased. It's increased based upon these new deals that are obviously that have been struck with China and the United States. Thanks to the art of the deal president himself, man, Donald Trump, and we're going to talk about him and his foreign policy and take your calls. We're going to talk about all that here in a minute. But let's continue going with the markets. Oats is unchanged today. We've got rough rice up 0.34% increase. We've got soybean down 0.03%. Soybean oil down 0.85%, and canola is up 0.12%. Let's go ahead and get to the softs, shall we? Let's get to cocoa. Cocoa is down 2.14% decrease on the day for cocoa. We've got coffee. Hey, dude, just don't talk to me. Don't talk to me unless I have my coffee, dude. Just don't talk to me. Shut up, you stupid little fruit. Anyway, once again, I want to continue to remind everybody that the boycott Starbucks movement was effective. The CEO of Starbucks was forced to step down after he publicly said that he was going to hire 10,000 illegal immigrants out here because he's a piece of trash. Now Starbucks is begging the conservative movement and begging those that are boycotting Starbucks, please come back. I mean, come on, we've already removed the CEO. Come back to us, please. Have our coffee, please. Have our coffee invade your kidneys, please. I'm serious. They came out and actually had a goddamn statement saying, look, we fired this bastard. Please stop boycotting, all right? All right, we need for you people to continue to buy overpriced coffee. We need you to do it. Anyway, once again, let's get to coffee. Coffee is down today, 0.14%. We've got sugar. Sugar is also down 0.83%. We've got orange juice up 0.12%. We've got cotton up today, 2.30% increase. Lumber is down 1.45%. We've got rubber down today, 3.17%. Good God. Must be the springtime. Nobody wants any prophylactics. Everybody's raw dogging it out there, I guess. Yeah, you sick sons of bitches. All right, don't have any more bastard children, please. We've got ethanol up today, 1.35%. Let's go ahead and get to livestock, shall we? Now, once again, as I stated, China China has allowed the import of U.S. beef and other agricultural products because of the meeting with him and Trump at Mar-a-Lago. So we are opening up our doors to allowing some of the producers here in America to capitalize off of China wanting to buy specifically commodities. So let's get to livestock. Livestock is up 0.45% increase on the day for live cattle. We got cattle feeder up today, 1.12% increase. We've got lean hog up 0.69%. And that, my friends, is the markets for your ass. All right? Anyway, folks, I hope everybody found that a little bit informative. I want everybody to try to make money out here. I want everybody to be rich. You understand? Because that's just the way it is. If I build more capitalists, this world will be a better place. It'll be a better place. That's all there is to it. And I'm talking about real capitalists. I'm not talking about a bunch of fruit bowl little, I want things to go my way. And if things don't go my way, I'll backstab you like some stupid two-faced broad. That's what I'll do. Like most of these idiots that were once on the Trump train that are now hopping off because they have no loyalty to anybody. You understand? They're despicable, disgusting, closet leftist losers. All right? I'm serious. You have no loyalty to anybody, for Christ's sake. Going to sit over there and jump off the Trump train like a bunch of damn tards. So be ashamed of yourself, all of you. Son of a bitch. Anyway, folks, let's go ahead and get to some damn Twitter and Gab shout-outs, all right? And for you folks that are unaware, all you've got to do is retweet the tweet that states True Capitalist Radio Live. If you go to my Twitter account and retweet the tweet that states True Capitalist Radio Live, I'll give you a Twitter shout-out live right here on the broadcast, right here and now. Hey, engineer, do we got any goddamn Twitter shout-outs to be had? All right, well, let's go ahead and get to some Twitter shout. Oh, before I do, I want to remind everybody that is a listener to the Saturday Night Troll Show, which yours truly hosts every Saturday night at 5:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. I want to tell everybody that, look, my apologies for not putting up the My Kids merch on Ghost.market. But there was something I did not like about the piece, so I had to retouch it, I had to redo it a little bit. It will be up tonight. My apologies. So once again, for you folks that are wanting the My Kids merch, remember, this is for a third hour. Can you believe that? This is for a third hour for the Saturday Night Troll Show. So it'll be up tonight. My apologies to those that are out there asking, but you're not understanding. I wanted to buy My Kids merch, baby. And, of course, if you bought more than 15 either Mr. Fortune cookies or Mr. Optimisms, you're getting one free. So thank you very much, man. Let's go ahead and get to some goddamn Twitter shout-outs right now. All right, who do we got here? I'm not going to say these disgusting names. What's going on to Supa? What's going on? We got... I'm not saying these disgusting names. Like Jizzmaster 3000. Oh, yeah, look, there's the Whore Master. Oh, yes, I am the Whore Master. We've got your average Joe. We got the Brony Network. America is back. What's going on? We've got Artron Havoc. We've got Shiny Pori. Christina is Infitel. I don't know whatever the hell that is. Once again, retweet the tweet that states True Capitalist Radio Live, and I'll give you a Twitter shout-out live right here in the broadcast. We got Pro Honky. We got North Korean Barbecue. Ohio Bitcoin. We got Maverick in the house. Who else do we have here? Once again, retweet the tweet that states True Capitalist Radio Live, please, boy. You understand that, boy? We got Engineer Show on Sunday. No, we're not giving the engineer his own show. Shut up! Jesus Christ. We got Redemption 47. We got Cat Fur for Trump. What's going on? We got United Fight Club. What the hell is that? Oh, the United... okay. I get it, yeah. Did y'all see that little video of a United flight, I mean, it's sad because they were trying to escort some guy off a United flight, and it was United's fault because they overbooked the damn thing, and this guy didn't want to go quietly, and, it happens, you want to get home. You don't want to stick around these assholes literally in a damn airport, for Christ's sake. You don't want to be in a damn capsule, for more than too long. I mean, come on. We got the Trump bot in the house. What's going on to Dr. Bristle? Once again, retweet the tweet that states True Capitalist Radio live, and I'll give you a Twitter shout-out live right here on the broadcast. We got Sergeant Yoda. Oh, great. We got Distilling Thinner Sniff. That's great. That's just great. Did I pass over that? Did I pass? Shut up! Just shut up! Did I pass over that? Shut up! I know what you mean by that, you anti-Semitic prick!
Calling the 2017 Mercedes-Benz GLA simply a compact SUV is like describing a cathedral as just 4 walls and a ceiling. The GLA is both a beautiful work of design and one of the most functional SUVs in its class, and it's available at an exceptional price. Why drive any compact SUV when you could be driving the 2017 Mercedes-Benz GLA? Visit MBUSA.com/GLA to learn more. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
Son of a bitch. Give me the mic. Give me the mic. I'm sorry, folks. First of all, I want to say happy Passover to all my Jewish brethren out there, all right, that are out there that, are partaking in Passover. I hope that you are enjoying the Seder meal. And all I've got to say is l'chaim and l'chaim. Thank you very much. Happy Passover. I hope you're having a great time. Who else we got? We got CDI Fan 237. What's going on? We've got the Gorsuch equals more lib tears. Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. Oh, that's Gorsuch. Oh, no. Shut up. I'm sipping on liberal tears right now. Unfortunately, folks, I am not drinking alcohol, all right? I'm drinking some old-fashioned Texas tea, boy. I like good brisk tea, you know what I'm saying? Nice, good brisk tea. Anyway, folks, we are now in the second hour of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And, of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And once again, folks, I want to thank you very much for tuning in with me. Before we get started, I'd like to remind everybody to please spread it around like wildfire, and let everybody know that True Capitalist Radio is in effect and in the house. And we are live every Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here on the official website of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast, and it is blogtalkradio.com/ghost. That's blogtalkradio.com/ghost. And, of course, we're already doing Twitter and Gab shout-outs. So you can follow me on both of those social media under the name of Politics Ghost. All one word, no underscores. Politics Ghost is the name to follow. Let's go ahead and take a couple more Twitter shout-outs, and then we're going to move on. What's going on to the Neon Knight? How you doing, man? What's going on to Willie Wallace? Who else do we have going on over here? Once again, retweet the tweet that states True Capitalist Radio live, and I'll give you a Twitter shout-out right here in the goddamn broadcast. We've got the Smiler in the house. What's going on with Smiler? What's going on to Trump and Capitalist? How you doing? Fidget My Midget. We got Metal Capitalist. Who else we got? I'm not going to say that disgusting name. We've got Interview Mr. Meadowcore. We've got Buy Jehudi Coin. Buy Jehudi Coin? What the hell does that mean? We've got the green leader in the house. Going on the green leader. We've got Federal Reserve for Bitcoin. Now, shut up. Don't even go there, you moron. Federal Reserve for Bitcoin. Shut up. The Federal Reserve can't do jack to Bitcoin there, boy. We got Uber Lucario. What's going on? Who else do we have here? We got Joe Suckspack. Oil Drinking Ghost. Yeah, this is a nice Texas tea, for Christ's sake. Well, it's ghost mating season. What the hell does that mean? Ghost mating season? What? Anyway, look, I'm only going to take a couple more of these, and we're going to move on. All right, I'm sorry. All right, what's going on to Jeff the Chef? Who else we have here? I'm not going to say these. You guys are getting disgusting with some of these names. Free pickle bath. Free pickle bath. You stupid idiot. United we fight or flight. All right, that was kind of good. All right, yeah. United we fight or flight. That's kind of good. I'll give you that one. All right. We got Ted Clark in the house. Sicker than Soros. What the hell does that mean? We got TCR Discord chat. We got Brisk Texas Teabagger. Just shut up. Just shut up. Just shut up. Jesus Christ. Give me the mic, for Christ's sake. And look at this. Look at this. San Bernardino Sam Hyde. Are we gonna keep letting this bastard get away with this? He must be stopped. Anyway, I'm done with this. Let me go ahead and move on to Gab shout-outs. All right, folks. All right, let's go ahead and get to Gab shout-outs. For you want a Gab shout-out, all you got to do is repost the first post on my Gab account, and the Gab account is Politics Ghost, and the Gab post to repost is True Capitalist Radio Live, baby. We got Nigel Farage. We got Ghost Download Brother Story. What the hell does that mean? Download Brother Story. Download Brothers. What the hell are you talking about? We got Based Pepe. We got, I'm not going to say that disgusting name, for Christ's sake. Ghost Good Goyim Passover. Just shut up with the whole freaking anti-Semitic crap. Shut up, man. Ghost Passover Party. Yeah, well, maybe I should throw a Passover party, huh? Maybe I should. Hey, I should bring over a rabbi. Hey, how you doing? Shut up. We got Artron Havoc in the house. We've got Metroid Junkie. Saturday Night Monkey Hunt. What the hell is that? We've got Veteran Capitalist. We've got Crusades for Arabia. Ray Smith in the house. We got the Rookie. Trump or Death. Corn Blaster. We've got, I'm not going to say that disgusting name. You guys are getting sick with these names. We got Arboreau, excuse me if I'm screwing that name up. We've got, Jesus Christ, here we go with the Passover jokes. Passover the yarmulkes. I mean, just shut up, please, man. We got Distilling Glue Sniffer, you know what I mean? Jesus Christ. We got Fruit of the Dick Hole. Fruit of the Dick. You son of a. Oh, God. Man, I should have never have told that story, man. I should have never have told that story now, you son of a bitch. You troll terrorists, cybervermin assholes, you know, you just keep on, man. You keep on doing this crap. Oh, my God. Give me the freaking mic. Give me the mic. Anyway, anyway, for Christ's sake. And somebody who's obviously new to the broadcast is like, your broadcast is going apeshit. Twitter shout-outs 1 second, then you're talking about Ethereum the next. You're damn right, man. This is true capitalist radio, baby. This is shock radio. It's slapping you upside your face, baby. And don't you ever forget it. Let me tell you something. I'm the hardest working man on the internet today. Don't you ever forget it. I am up here, folks, 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. Central Standard Time for 3 hours a day. And then I do the Saturday Night Troll Show, 5:30 p.m. It is only a 2-hour show on Saturday. It is about to be a 3-hour show once I sell the My Kids merch on Ghost.market. So anyway, folks, I am the hardest working man on the internet today. Don't you ever forget it, for Christ's sake. Don't you ever forget it. Anyway, folks, you know what? That's about it for Twitter shout-outs. I can see you. Yeah, there's a lot of dickhole names. You know what? Go shove it up your own dickhole, all right? Should have never even said that story. I feel stupid for saying it anyway. Jesus Christ, man. What a Monday. You know, what a day to welcome back Ghost over here, for Christ's sake, man. Yesterday was Hairy Palm Sunday. I mean, you weren't gratified by going to church celebrating Hairy Palm Sunday. You got to come up here and act like a goddamn jerk on Monday, too? The hell out of here. Anyway, folks, what we're going to do now is we're going to go right into the capitalist right is now global, baby. You understand? Woo! What did I tell you? I told you that the capitalists were going to take control of state power in America. And once we took control of state power in America, we were going to use that state power to yield the global order into our possession, which is exactly what has happened. Now, folks, just a reminder that I had prognosticated both the Syrian strike and now this looming North Korean strike 24 hours before they actually happen. And the reason is, folks, is because I understand the foreign policy. You understand? I understand the foreign policy, man. The foreign policy is this, okay? Let's analyze what has transpired and have to detail this over and over again. You have to repeat things over and over again before it gets into people's thick skulls. Now, I know that many of you out there that are hopping off the Trump train, that are now talking against Trump because y'all have never been loyal to anything in your lives. That's why many of you that are hopping off the Trump train were once a bunch of bedwetted liberals to begin with. So you didn't have any loyalty to begin with anyway, so stay off. But now they're having a little bit of a trouble comprehending what is transpiring in the grand chessboard. Now, folks, I did tell you that foreign policy and international relations, when people create these policies, human life to them is more like it's collateral. It's, you know, something to worry about, but it's not something that's going to stop the end goal of whatever the culmination of that foreign policy is. They teach you this in college classes. If you happen to take any goddamn international relations class, any kind of foreign policy class, they teach you this. Now, with that being said, folks, what I have said is this. Let's go back and let's talk about when this, and we all know it was a fake assault, that this chemical attack, whatever you want to call it, whatever they were trying to portray on the lamestream media as a chemical attack in Syria, we can all pretty much surmise that it wasn't necessarily accurate, okay? But with that being said, why would they push something like that if it was fake? Why would the lamestream media, in conjunction with the deep state, in conjunction with its operations out there in Syria, why would they do this? Why would they fake a fake chemical attack and portray it and sell it to shape the narrative inside Mr. and Mrs. Joe Sixpack's head? Because, folks, that's how you impact people emotionally. When you see something that looks like dying babies, when you see something that looks like dying people, of course you're going to have your heartstrings pulled. And of course you're going to want something to be done about it. That's the whole intention of showing you such footage. Now, because we can pretty much, at least those of us that can think, those of us pretty much know that those chemical attacks were not necessarily accurate, it still was accurate enough to be sold to the American public and sold to Mr. and Mrs. Joe Sixpack to where they actually believe it. They actually believe the chemical attack happened. Now, you can't just go out and tell Joe Sixpack, who had just seen on TV a bunch of kids dying and a bunch of innocent people dying of chemical reactions. You can't just go out and tell them that, no, you didn't really see that, that was fake. They're trying. You can't do that. I mean, you're not going to be able to do that. They're going to think you're crazy. And that's the intention. That's the point. That's why the deep state did it. Now, what Trump did, though, is he's playing five-dimensional chess here, folks. Now, let me explain this so you people can understand it, because once again, it seems to me that foreign policy and international relations is above a lot of people's goddamn pay grades. Now, what he did, Donald Trump, is understand what exactly the goddamn deep state was trying to do. Trying to lure him into a confrontation in Syria. So, what he did, he acted as if he took the bait. Meanwhile, the reason that the deep state was trying to lure Trump into this confrontation with Syria is because they thought it was going to be the lead to a nuclear confrontation with Russia, which is what the deep state really wants to begin with. But instead, Donald Trump had his own personal communication underchannels to Russia, and gave the 411 to Russia that, hey, we're going to attack. We're going to strike. We're going to strike these targets, so on and so forth. Not to mention that we had the Chinese president visiting in Mar-a-Lago, waiting an hour while Donald Trump was bombing Syria, okay? Thirdly, it seems as if the targets in which were being targeted with these Tomahawk missiles were basically soft targets, and not to mention positions in which Hezbollah, which is the militia for Iran, was situated. So in the end, the airstrikes in which Donald Trump put forth in Syria did nothing more than destabilize the positions of Hezbollah, which is highly integrated in Syria, folks. I mean, you're not understanding. I mean, Iran is in the theater of combat in Syria. So what Trump was doing was sending these airstrikes to, first of all, show the world that if they see some kind of nuclear or some kind of chemical attack, that they're going to strike. Now, where did the strikes actually happen? They happened in Hezbollah positions and an empty airfield. These were just more surgical strikes for a message to not just Assad, but to the world. And you see, folks, from that, all of a sudden, you have the entire global structure shifting. You've got the entire perspective of people shifting towards liking Trump all of a sudden. Now you've got the globalists bowing down to Trump because they don't know what the hell he's going to do. And, folks, right after I called the Syrian airstrikes, the next day I said North Korea will be next. Folks, you have got aircraft carriers and battleships moving into the the Korean Peninsula, and they are ready to strike. I talked about if there is any kind of mobilization to strike North Korea, it will be in conjunction with China. Remember when I said that? That means that the Chinese president and Donald Trump had a decent agreement in which if one was going to act, the other one would have to back them up. And it seems as if that's exactly what's in play today. We have just got reports here about a few hours ago that there was a mass of Chinese troops, about 150,000 of them, at the border of North Korea. We've got battleships of America moving into the Korean Peninsula. Now, what is exactly happening here? This is a show of force by the United States and Donald Trump to show that we have taken control of the global order, and we are restructuring that global order based upon a new understanding, based upon a new perspective that's no longer dependent upon international institutions like the United Nations and the EU and these sorts of apparatuses. You notice that we haven't gone to the United Nations. We haven't used these international institutions to go and put forth these military operations. I mean, we, as far as under Trump is concerned, are redefining globalism. Globalism before Trump emphasized that the banksters and the bureaucrats with the scientists were going to lead the new world order. But now, folks, it seems as if that those bureaucrats on the international level, the UN, the EU, are no longer relevant and are proving themselves incompetent on a global scale. Secondly, the banksters are also proving themselves incompetent, and here with the advent of cryptocurrency, insignificant at this point in time. So there is a shift in the global order in which everyone who was involved in this whole globalist scheme is now under new perspective, under new idealism, under new viewing of the idea of globalism. Now, what is that idea? It's capitalism. You get it? Bilateral trade, capitalism, where if you're going to make a deal with a country, that deal is going to mutually benefit both countries. No longer will the United States be funding every goddamn country in the international community because we are the consumption whole of the earth. No longer are we going to do that. We are now going to make America great again, while at the same time creating a new landscape in the global order. And you're witnessing it right before your eyes, folks. I mean, the Chinese president and obviously the president of the United States struck a deal. There's 150,000 Chinese troops on the border of North Korea. We got battleships going into the Korean Peninsula. Now, I know there's some posturing going on with Iran and Russia, but I think that's much to do about nothing. Russia, at this point, in my view, cannot afford to go into any kind of theater of combat, specifically Putin himself. Putin is barely holding on to authority by the skin of his teeth. This guy has stolen $200 billion from the Russian economy, and people are starting to become a little pissed off about it. We've talked about it 2 weeks ago. You're seeing uprisings in Russia, in Moscow, against Putin's corruption. And as a result, Putin is cracking the whip. He's acting like the true commie he is. Anybody who's protesting against him, he's going to round you up, throw you in a gulag. Just classic communist style. So this guy cannot afford, in my view, to go into war with anybody. And the reason is because if Putin does go to war, I think that it's an ample opportunity for his deep state to, give him a dirt nap and make it look like an accident. Because in the end, Russia won't be going to war for any other reason other than Vladimir Putin's own personal interest. And that's what the country of Russia is starting to wake up to now. And, another thing, I find it funny, that it seems as if those that are talking against Trump, those that are the old alt-right, all these old Trump trainers out here that are now, I guess, off and doing their own thing, they're all pro-Russia, like they love Russia more than they love their own country. And I think that's a disgusting shame of all you dumb idiots that are out here promoting a bunch of stupid, cockeyed, vodka-drinking Ruskies than appreciating your own goddamn country, you stupid, dumb sons of bitches. I'm not even joking around, man. I have never seen so many people defend Russia in my life. I mean, you morons, are you on Putin's payroll, you son of a bitch? Are you getting money from Runa Capital or something? I mean, what in the hell is your major malfunction, you moron? Putin is a corrupt piece of trash, all right? Why do you think he's got his own people finally starting to wake up to his corruption and wanting him out? They want him out because he's a commie thief. Do you understand? He is a communist thief that took away $200 billion, all right, $billion from his own people, and yet you've got people out here, oh no, Vladimir Putin, he's a Russian nationalist, he's a great guy. Shove it up your. You even have Alex Jones out here who continuously holds water for this Russian government, man. I mean, I'm glad, to be honest with you, that someone is investigating Alex Jones. Because let me tell you something, for him to deny that he has no affiliation with Russia is a bunch of crap, in my opinion. I mean, once this show broke the news about who Alexander Dugin was, all of a sudden, within a week's time, this asshole, Alex Jones, has Alexander Dugin on for an interview. And in that interview, you could tell, folks, that once Alexander Dugin started going into this kooky-ass fourth political theory crap, and once he started going into these kooky-ass, chaos and destruction, once he started going into that crap, that's when Alex Jones was like, well, no, what you want is you want a better Russia. That's what you want, right? You want a better Russia. I mean, shut up, Alex. And you know what? And that's another thing. Now that we're talking about this, Alex Jones, Cernovich, and all these stupid alternative media idiots, you are showing the yellow bellies that you are. I mean, to be honest with you, you are doing everything within your power to discredit yourselves and to discredit this goddamn president. It's a goddamn shame. It's unfortunate that the foreign policy that is being implemented before you is above your goddamn pay grade, but stop acting like you know what's going on. You don't know what's going on. Now, people will ask, well, Ghost, why are we doing this? I mean, I thought that Donald Trump was going to not be nation building and so on and so forth. Why is he doing this? Well, folks, look. I can assure you that we are not going to nation build, even if we do take out Assad. Even if Assad is removed from power, the United States is not going to play the same role as the United States played in Afghanistan and Iraq. We are not going to send our boys over there to rebuild schools and to rebuild communities and all this other crap. We are not doing that. Now, what we're going to do is, unlike the previous presidents, all right, we're going to hold whoever we liberate accountable. Just like we should have in Iraq, like I've always said. You can go back to the archive. I talked about this in 2008 and 2009. I said, did we just lose track of what was supposed to happen in Iraq? How come the Iraqis, and I continue to say this to this day, how come the Iraqis aren't paying us back the, $2.53 trillion it has made, or it has taken to liberate these people? How come we're not at least taking some of the oil as partial payment? How come we're not forcing these Iraqis to sell the oil on the world market and to pay us back in blood and treasure for everything we spent for this goddamn freaking dirt hole? Huh? You want to know why, folks? Because no one was paying attention. No one was paying attention. Everybody was more worried about who the hell knows what everybody was worried about. I know I was talking about it. Nobody else was. But I can assure you this. Regardless what happens, there is no nation building that will take place that the United States is involved with whatsoever. Now, let's be honest, and I know that there's many shows and many people that will not talk about the true motive of this foreign policy. But, foreign policy is harsh. Foreign policy is real. Now, let's say we have a removal of Assad. Well, then what's going to happen is you're going to have all these different Yehudi factions, from the Salafists to the Wahhabists, Al-Qaeda, ISIS, fighting the integrated fighters of Hezbollah, Turkey, and anybody else who wants to side with that particular variant of Islam. What's going to happen is you're going to have this huge area of geopolitical location out in the desert, and you're going to provide a theater of combat, all right, for these people to just start killing each other. And that's really the end goal, folks, because let's be honest, we can't bargain and negotiate with radical Islam. You know, there's no, if we give them jobs, like Obama said when he was the damn president, if we give them jobs, they won't freaking blow themselves up. That's just not going to happen. The only way we're going to remedy this problem in the most humane way possible is to manipulate the grand chessboard into getting these people to kill each other. Now, I hate to sound like, such a cold and callous person, but if we don't think of problems in the long term, we've got over 1 billion Muslims, all right? And let's just say 10% of those billion are radicals. Well, how many of those 90% are against that 10%? And if you can't answer that question, it's because there are not enough of them vocal for them to prevent that type of 10% activity. So how are we going to stop it? We can't stop it by negotiating with radical Islam. We can't give them anything that'll make them stop it. These people are religiously fanatical, and there's over 1 billion of them. How are we going to stop them? This is a long-term problem. All right, this will be a long-term global problem. Now, how do you stop them? Well, you ignite the schism that's within Islam itself, and that's between the Sunnis and the Shiites. These two variants of Islam hate each other. And you see, that's exactly what is going on as far as the foreign policy is concerned in the Middle East. You remove all the secularist dictators and provide an open, kind of a wild, wild west in the Middle East type of an environment in which these Yehudis are literally killing each other for power, for geopolitical power, for regional power, for, whatever, for influence. And meanwhile, you've got Turkey, who is basically in the sidelines. They're not taking one side or the other. But when they see the Sunnis, which of course is going to drag Saudi Arabia into this war, they're already in this war now. They're fighting Iran in Yemen as we speak. But once Assad is toppled and you have this huge geopolitical area of desert, and you've got all these Yehudis in this particular region fighting jihad amongst each other, you're killing like 80 birds with one stone with this foreign policy. You're thinning out the herd of Muslims, first and foremost, okay? Secondly, you're allowing those Muslims to kill each other in their holy land as opposed to bringing the fight over here to our Western civilizations.
Calling the beautifully redesigned 2017 Mercedes-Benz CLA simply a four-door coupe is like describing a world-class athlete as just a good runner. With its sleek profile and powerful turbocharged engine, the CLA offers agility and design that are unmatched in its class, and it's available now at an exceptional price. Why drive any four-door coupe when you could be driving the 2017 Mercedes-Benz CLA? Visit MBUSA.com/CLA to learn more. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
Thirdly, you lure Saudi Arabia and Iran into a direct war because the geopolitical land that separates them is really up for grabs. So they're going to want to control that geopolitical area, and as a result, it's going to goat them into a war against each other. Now, why exactly do we want a war between Iran and Saudi Arabia? Because, let's be honest, we want them both to thin each other out, all right, let's be honest, And secondly, we want to bankrupt these countries. You understand? And the reason we want to bankrupt Saudi Arabia is because Saudi Arabia owns 70% of U.S. debt. Now, let's say Saudi Arabia has a horrible war for the next 10 years in this region, which will be the theater of combat, folks. Libya, Syria, parts of Iraq, maybe parts of Egypt. This whole geopolitical area is going to be a theater of combat between the Sunni and Shiite Muslims, between Saudi Arabia and Iran. They're going to thin each other out. They're going to bankrupt each other's countries. And let's just say, for the sake of argument, it's a desert out there, right? There's nothing but sand out there. What a perfect opportunity to dispense a nuclear weapon. Oh, I'm just saying. And then once a weapon is dispensed out in the desert, no one's really going to care anyway, and it's going to kill a whole bunch of kebabs. And at some point, the foreign policy makers that are creating this foreign policy hope that either these Muslims kill each other into oblivion, or they kill so many of each other that they finally look at one another and say, hey, why are we fighting? Why are we fighting here? Why are we fighting each other? I don't get it. Why are we killing each other all the time? I don't know. Because there is no negotiating with Islam. I mean, this is a sustainable problem that's going to be with us for the next 100 years, unless we establish some level of foreign policy that has these people killing each other. And I hate to say that, but how many more Islamic terrorist attacks are we going to have before we start realizing that this is a long-term problem? This is a long-term problem. Now, aside from them having this theater of combat in the Middle East and them killing each other, what it'll also do, it'll also help Europe and other areas of the world that have a highly concentrated refugee problem of wild male Yehudis that are in Germany, that are in Sweden, that are in France, that sort of thing. You're going to have these males look at that theater of combat, all right? And they're going to be like, well, we need to participate in the jihad. We need to participate in the jihad. And you want to know why they're going to go, folks? Because it's in the Quran for them to participate in jihad. That's why a lot of the Muslims went to Afghanistan, of all places. That's not where the Muslims are from. But no, you see, because the United States helped fund the Mujahideen and arm the Mujahideen against the Russians, and there was a call for jihad amongst the clerics that participated in this particular Russian fight in the late 70s, early 80s in Afghanistan. I mean, everybody from Arabia, from the Muslim countries, they found their way to Afghanistan to practice jihad. And let me tell you, these aren't poor people that are finding their way to Afghanistan. Lest we forget that the majority of the folks that were partaking in the Mujahideen in the late 70s, early 80s against Russia were middle-class and rich Muslims. I mean, lest we forget, Osama bin Laden was a part of the Mujahideen. All right? Lest we forget, we've got a whole bunch of current professors that are professors of Islam at major universities in this country that were Afghanistan fighters. And why did they go? I mean, they were interviewed. I remember right after 9/11, they interviewed a lot of these professors, these Islamic professors that were teaching in America, that were a part of the Mujahideen. They asked them, why'd you go? And here this guy is, a very, very smart, intelligent Muslim. He said, because you'll never, ever be able to practice jihad. And it says in the Quran that if you have the opportunity to practice jihad, you have to do it. You have to save your brothers. You have to save your Muslim brothers from the infidel. So this is another strategy to help Europe kind of filter itself out of the refugee problem that it inflicted upon itself because of why? Bureaucratic international institutionalism, a.k.a. the EU. So this is the kind of foreign policy that is being implemented right before your eyes. It's very unfortunate that, many of the people in the Trump train think that, Donald Trump was going to be some kind of a freaking peacetime kumbaya president. That ain't going to work, especially in the current state of the world. There ain't no time for peace when you cannot negotiate with an enemy that could care less. You have to somehow manipulate the enemy to destroy itself. You understand? So that's why I'm telling you right now, we have to embrace what is going on here. This is not nation building. This is not neoconservatism, all right? Neoconservatism is a completely different variant of what foreign policy is being implemented today. If Assad is removed, there isn't going to be no nation building. Are you kidding me? If anything, we are going to allow these Yehudis to just freaking kill each other, all right, so that we can solve this damn Muslim problem once and for all right? Let them kill each other in their holy land. Sunnis versus Shiites. Let them do it, man. Believe me, once they realize that there's a jihad going on in the Middle East for the whole, especially a battle for the Holy Land, every Muslim that's out there that's living in a refugee status is going to find their way to the Middle East to battle the jihad. So anyway, folks, that's really the foreign policy as it pertains to the Middle East. This is a long-term strategy to try to pit both Iran and Saudi Arabia against each other, utilizing the variants of Islam that they represent. And by doing so, we're thinning out the herd of Muslims in the world while at the same time bankrupting Iran and Saudi Arabia, And once they're bankrupt, do you think that we're going to have to owe Saudi Arabia if they're bankrupt? No. We're going to say, hey, you're bankrupt, man. Sorry, we ain't got the money. There's nothing you can do about it. Sorry. I'm just saying. Now, let's talk about North Korea. What's the strategy on North Korea? Well, folks, the Asiatic races, okay, and I'm not trying to make this into a racial issue here, but we need to recognize that in certain cultures, for whatever reason, there's a level of Barbary in the blood of these folks. Lest we forget, the Barbary pirates were Muslim, when the forefathers had to deal with them. Lest we forget that the Asiatic races comprised many of the freaking barbarians. The damn barbarians. So, there is a certain level of empirical evidence. Certain level of empirical evidence that states that the Asiatic races, for whatever reason, have a little bit of a barbaric nature to themselves, and they want to fight. And not to mention, the racism that is embedded within the Asiatic races is unbelievable. Unbelievable. I'm not even joking around. And, to us over here in America, we look at somebody from Asia, we really can't tell, the Asians. You know what I'm talking about, right? You call somebody who's, Korean, you accidentally say, hey, how you doing, Mr. Japanese, or whatever. They're like, how dare you, motherfucker, I'm a Korean. And, what are you supposed to say? You're supposed to, look, I'm sorry, I don't have my slant eye chart here. Here, let me take my slant eye chart out of my mouth. Oh, yeah, that's right, you're Korean. But I'm serious, folks. The racism that's out there in Asia is unbelievable. And this is also another long-term problem to Western civilization, because there's over 1 billion Chinese, all right? There's a lot of different Asiatic races out there. There's Philippines, there's Vietnamese, there's Cambodian, there's Japanese, there's Korean, there's Indo-Chinese, I can go on and on. All these races do not like each other, all right? They do not like each other. So we're going to see a boiling over of this racism here in the next 10 to 15 years, if not sooner. So why not kind of why not set off, for a lack of a better term, a theater of combat that opens up those wounds to the Asiatic racism amongst their own Asiatic races, so that they can have a conflict with one another. Now, I know this sounds very, very evil, folks, and you're like, Ghost, what are you talking about? You're talking about setting people up so they can kill themselves. I mean, what kind of a madman are you? Hey, this is foreign policy, baby. You understand? This is foreign policy. Sometimes people ain't going to... You could tell people till you're blue in the face, and they ain't going to learn until their lives are on the line. Always remember that, folks. Look at these losers that left the Trump train because, things didn't go my way. It didn't go the way I wanted it. My, me, I. It's all about me, I, my. I mean, look at all these losers that just jumped off the Trump train, for heaven's sake. You can't talk to people. I mean, let's be honest. For the most part, people are very susceptible. They're naive. You know, I mean, they're not very smart. I mean, I hate to say this. Let's be honest. I mean, take a look at all the people that left the Trump train, for Christ's sake. You call those people smart? They're idiots, just like the social justice warriors, just like the liberals, for Christ's sake, man. They are self-absorbed in bad lighting, for Christ's sake, man. Self-centered in bad lighting, for Christ's sake. I mean, hey, asshole. That's why we call this the Trump train. There's a lot of us in America, okay? There's a lot of us on this world. Just because something didn't go your effing way doesn't mean that, you know what, I hate Trump now. Oh, no, I hate it. Stupid son of a bitch. I'm telling you, each and every one of you that turned against the Trump train, get out. We don't want you anymore. Get the hell out of here. Go become a liberal where you belong, you scumbag. This foreign policy is way above your goddamn pay grade, you stupid sack of crap. Anyway, the North Korea thing. Let's go back to the North Korea thing. We take out North Korea. Then South Korea is going to want to unify with North Korea. And then that's going to encourage other areas within Asia to want to reunify with certain geopolitical areas, and so on and so forth. There's a lot of history in Asia that these people just can't let go of. I'm telling you this right now. I mean, the Chinese hate the Japanese hate the Chinese, the Vietnamese hate the Chinese, the freaking Cambodians hate the Vietnamese and the Chinese. I mean, it's disgusting, man. I mean, there's just a whole bunch of people out here that hate each other. I mean, why not thin that herd out at the same time while neutralizing and bankrupting China? You see that? You see how all this works? You goof these people into a... Because, look, China's doing this to itself. They're the ones creating that artificial island in the middle of the South China Sea, trying to provoke its neighbors. You know, so it's doing this to itself. It's doing this to itself. So, in my view, I think that the United States foreign policy makers are setting up a Asiatic confrontation amongst each other. So, you have two theaters of combat, all right, that are major. You've got the Middle East theater, in which you've got all the Sunni and Shiites killing each other once Assad is removed from power and there's no secular governments in the region, and you have these stupid wild Yehudis kill each other and thin off the herd. And then you've got a theater of combat in Asia in which you've got the Asiatic races kind of thinning out their own herd, while at the same time kind of battling it out for old wounds. Meanwhile, we've got Western civilization kind of looking back, kind of laughing and saying, look at this. You know, I'm glad we're a Western civilized society and we aren't partaking in this type of Barbary crap. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm saying, folks, I'm just simply trying to tell people that there is a lot of things going on right now. Now, before I move on, I do want to remind everybody that I think that the next country who is going to, suffer the wrath of the United States is going to be Venezuela. Now, I don't think that the Venezuela theater of combat is going to start right away. I think that what's going to happen is you're going to have the Syria and North Korea thing that needs to be contained. It needs to be contained to a certain capacity, and that's on the judgment of General Mattis, who's now the Secretary of Defense, and his generals on the ground. But in my view, once the theaters are contained in North Korea and in the Middle East, well, then we go right after Maduro and take this son of a bitch out, okay? And the reason is because it's humanitarian, all right? Now, of course, at face value, it's humanitarian, but let's be honest, folks, all right? Syria, it's got good pipeline access for oil, okay? Same with Venezuela, third largest oil deposit in the world, okay? North Korea got all kinds of natural resources, minerals that these idiots are too poor to even mine themselves. So we're not just doing this for nothing, okay? Whoever is going to take control of these regions are going to pay us back with interest. You understand? So that's why I'm saying this is the foreign policy. Now, I know this is very complicated stuff for a lot of simple people who don't understand foreign policy to grasp, but this is the way it has to be done. How else are we going to sustain civilized Western society if we don't think about the future to this capacity? We don't think about the dangers. We don't think about the populations of people who could cause a schism in Western civilization, in capitalism. I mean, this is what you have to do as a foreign policy maker. Maybe that doesn't rub off very well with you folks, but hey, man, you're going to have to deal with it. If not, then go become a liberal, idiot, all right? As a matter of fact, liberals are starting to fall in love with Donald Trump because of this, because these dumb liberals actually believe that this was humanitarian, even though the whole goddamn the whole goddamn chemical attack, in my opinion, was a bunch of garbage. These moron liberals actually believe that, no, Trump did it because he's a humanitarian and we love him. Stupid, man. Unbelievably stupid. Anyway, once again, Trump playing five-dimensional chess. And to be honest with you, I like what's going on. America is now the superpower of the world again, and you can sense it. I mean, look at everybody scared crapless, man. They don't even know what the hell to do. Putin doesn't even know what to do. This idiot Putin thought he had Trump in his pocket because he believed the American lamestream media. I mean, it almost seems to me that the American lamestream media even psyop goddamn Putin into believing that this Ruski had as much influence as the damn lamestream media claim. Freaking Putin doesn't even know what the hell to do anymore. He doesn't even want to meet with Secretary of State Rex Tillerson because he doesn't know what the hell Trump's doing. Oh, man. I'm telling you this right now. I'm not joking around, okay? You just wait and see what happens out here. We're not under Obama, all right? I mean, under Obama, we got bitched around. We were, pieces of trash. The whole goddamn international community thumbed their nose at us. Obama sold us out, he was just a treasonous president. Now that we've got a president who actually cares about America and who actually cares about America's position in the global order, now we're starting to see America be the superpower that it always was. Anyway, folks, once again, I want to take some calls from you. What do you have to say? Do you have any questions about this? Because right away when the Syrian strikes happened, people were scared crapless like there was going to be World War III or some kind. Give me a break. Are you kidding? Give me a break. Look at it now. It's no big deal, you stupid, dumb morons. It's freaking worse than liberals, man. Anyway, I want to hear from you. Do you have anything to say about this? 516-453-9903 is the number to call here. I want to hear from you. What exactly do you think about this foreign policy that I'm trying to lay out in very simple manner and in a language that everybody can understand out here? What does everybody think about this? This is the way foreign policy is created, man. I mean, this is not the way Ron Paul thinks that goddamn foreign policy is made. We already did what Ron Paul is suggesting. Well, don't do anything. We just gotta go out there and just take our troops out. And shut up, Ron Paul. No, but we gotta be a peacemaker, and we gotta shut up. It doesn't work that way. All right. I mean, wasn't that the foreign policy of Barack Obama? That he was gonna be Mr. Talker in Chief. I mean, that was his foreign policy. Hey, don't worry, America. The world will love me. Don't worry, America. The world will love me. And look at where we're at. Look at where we're at, for Christ's sake. Anyway, I want to hear from you. What do you have to say about this current foreign policy being implemented by Donald Trump right now? Are you critical of it? Do you think it's a good deal? Do you think that it's neoconservative? I'd like to hear from you, because I will tell you exactly what it is, all right? I mean, I tried to explain in great detail what it is. It's not neoconservative. Neoconservative is democratization by force, meaning we take down the regime, and then we, as the American people, the American military, rebuild it and force democracy on whoever we conquer. That is what neoconservatism is. All right, that's what it is. Anyway, I want to hear from you. 516-453-9903. Let's take some calls here. How about 614? What do you have to say about this foreign policy?
How can we prevent Venezuela from becoming Iraq 2.0?
Well, unfortunately, we can't. All we can do is take out Maduro and the infrastructure of the communist government. And there is an opposition party. There are opposition members out there. Right now, Venezuela, under the behest of Maduro, has basically made the opposition party leader, is outlawed him from participating in the presidential election. So Maduro is acting like a true communist dictator. He will not allow the current opposition leader to run against him in any election. And you see, this is really where the United States needs to capitalize. We don't need boots on the ground to get rid of Maduro in Venezuela. If we dropped a bomb on this idiot and kill him like we did, or I'm not sure I should say we, but Pinochet did Allende in Chile, throw a couple of goddamn rockets in this guy's palace. I mean, who would care? I mean, seriously, who the hell would care? I mean, I would like to see somebody to stand up for Maduro, who is starving his own people. I'd like to see somebody stand up and defend Maduro. This guy's starving his own goddamn people, folks. And the bad part about it is it's his own incompetence is the reason why Venezuela is starving. Folks, once again, I want to repeat this, because you got to repeat things over and over and over and over again so it can sink into people's heads. What communism and socialism is that you as an individual are no longer an individual. You relinquish your individual choices, your individual rights, your individual freedoms, and you give it to the state. And then the state acts on your behest and makes every decision for you. And that includes how much food you get, that includes what kind of house you get, that includes everything. Now, unfortunately, and I'm going to repeat this again because it bears repeating, that the communist government of Venezuela, during the time in which barrels of oil were over $100 a barrel of oil, these morons in the Venezuelan government actually central plan, because that's what they do. Communist central plan for the future. That's why they call it communism and socialism. It's central planning. It's the basis of goddamn socialism and communism. They social planned everything. I mean, they social plan how much medical supplies the damn country's going to have, how much food's going to have, how much electricity are they going to have, that sort of thing. They based it on the projections of $100 a barrel of oil. Because remember, Venezuela's got the third largest oil deposit in the world. So they based their projections of central planning based upon $100 barrels of oil. Can you believe that? $100 barrels of oil. Folks, 2 years ago, it was $29 a barrel. So that means that their projections that they were supposed to allocate for their own people in Venezuela, it wasn't allocated. So that's why you've got so many starving people and so many sick people, because there's no medical supplies. That's why they're having rolling blackouts. I mean, the central planners screwed up. And there's nothing the people of Venezuela can do about it. That's what I'm telling each and every one of you pro-commie, pro-socialist ass clowns. Once you submit to communism and socialism, you have no rights. You have no rights. Just take a look at the people in Venezuela. They can't do anything to the government. And the government refuses to even acknowledge they did anything wrong. They refuse to acknowledge that they even did anything wrong, for Christ's sake. So Venezuela is the perfect poster child of why communism and socialism doesn't work. But you see, you try to tell that to some commie or some socialist out in the street, you know what they're going to tell you?
Well, that's not really communism. No, that's not really socialism.
Shut up, you stupid morons. I'm telling you, I mean, this is why I'm saying this Syria strike shows you how stupid people really are. I mean, you have all these people that were so loyal to the Trump train, and then because something they didn't like, one thing they didn't like, all of a sudden they're backstabbing like a bunch of inconsiderate, self-centered assholes. You know? No loyalty whatsoever. That's why I'm saying these people were always liberals. These people that are backstabbing the president right now, you people are pieces of trash. I spit on you people. You understand me? Puh! I spit on you people. You've got no loyalty, for Christ's sake. You'd probably sell out your own kid for a piece of poontang. You ungrateful pieces of trash. Son of a bitch. I'm telling you, all of you that are turning against the president, all of you, you're ungrateful. You're selfish. You're self-centered. You think the world revolves around you? There's 350 million people on this country, you stupid dumbass. The whole goddamn country, the whole goddamn world doesn't revolve around you, you stupid ungrateful prick. Jesus Christ. Give me the freaking mic. Give me the mic. But no, you would think because all these people are like, I'm renouncing Trump. Trump's a neocon. The hell with Trump. I mean, this goes to show you what kind of people these people are. Anybody, just because of the Syrian strikes, were denouncing Trump, you know exactly what kind of weasel, antitrust people these fuckers are. I'm not even joking. I hate weaselly assholes like that. Sit over there and give you your undying loyalty, but once you do something they don't like, one effing thing they don't like, they act like you're quintessential broad, you know, and no, I don't like it. I hate Trump now. I hate you. Well, you know what? Good riddance, you assholes. All right, don't let the door hit your asses on the way out. You people are traitorous pieces of crap. You know, it's people like you are the reasons why our goddamn world is being flushed down the proverbial toilet. You people are unloyal. You people are pieces of trash. And I spit on you once again. Puh! I spit on you people. Anyway, folks, we're well into the third and final hour of the True Capitalist radio broadcast. And, of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And once again, folks, I want to thank everybody for tuning in with me. Before we get started on anything else, I'd like for everybody to please spread it around like wildfire, and let everybody know that True Capitalist Radio is in effect and in the house. And we are live every Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here on the official website of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast, and it is blogtalkradio.com/ghost. That's blogtalkradio.com/ghost. And, of course, if you have not done so, please follow me on Twitter and Gab. Gab is the Twitter alternative, of course. You can follow me on both of those social media under the name Politics Ghost. All one word, no underscores. Politics Ghost is the name to follow, all right? Now, let's go ahead and get into some news here that I'm just going to go ahead and randomly cover because we ain't got that much time. I did want to dedicate some of this time, like I said, to describe the current foreign policy that's being implemented by Trump. And I also want to emphasize that all you people that are turning your backs on Trump because,
oh, I don't like what he's doing now. I don't like it.
Well, then piss off, all right? Piss off, you freaking ballless asshole. Get out of here. You stand for nothing. You understand that? You're going to turn your back on Trump? You stand for nothing. You're a yellow-bellied piece of crap, and you're the reason why our country's down the proverbial toilet. Freaking self-centered and bad lighting, you pricks, man. Swear to God, I swear you would sell your kid if it got you a decent piece of poon, wouldn't it there, boy? Stupid, man. All of you that were out there, I don't like Trump. Shut up. Anyway, let me continue going on here, folks. Did you hear another shooting out there in San Bernardino? Of course, San Bernardino was the scene of the shooting of the wild Yehudi and his wife that decided to go into, some kind of a bureaucratic party, Christmas party, just start shooting people up in the name of Allah Snack Bar. Well, folks, we have now got another shooting out there, this time at an elementary school, North Park Elementary. 2 adults died in the shooting. Apparently, this is a murder-suicide. 2 dead, 2 adults dead, 2 children critical after this shooting out here in an elementary school. Once again, things are just barely starting to trickle in as far as facts are concerned. The only thing I did not like, all right, the only thing I did not like was the uniform way in which these students were coming out very calmly, like there was really nothing going on. I mean, everybody, it looked like a goddamn fire drill, for heaven's sake. And when that happens, folks, I just, it doesn't rub me the right way, all right? It doesn't rub me the right way. So before I pass judgment, I just want to say that once again I find this shooting, it seems like an 8-year-old boy was also killed here. Okay, it seems 8-year-old boy, teacher, and the gunman, they are now dead. So it just seems to me a little fishy, got all this going on in the news, and then all of a sudden a shooting in the same city in which we've had another shooting. I don't know. I'm not calling it a false flag just yet. I'm just saying that, when things don't add up, you just can't believe what you see on TV, folks. And the reason I say that is because we all know that chemical attack that we all saw was a farce. It was fake. We all know it was fake. Well, at least those of us that can think, those of us that have some kind of common sense, but Mr. and Mrs. Joe Sixpack didn't think that was fake. You understand? I mean, they wouldn't think that was fake. They'd think that those were actual kids being, subjected to chemical attack. They look like people suffering. And you see, folks, if Trump would have done nothing, then the deep state would have found him incompetent and tried to use that against him to get him out of office. And that's what all this comes down to. Anyway, I don't want to get too off subject matters, but once again, San Bernardino shooting at North Park Elementary, 8-year-old boy dead, teacher dead, and a gunman killing himself. what is described as a murder-suicide. So it's really, really big in the news today, folks. But once again, be vigilant because it seems a little fishy, just to say the least. Anyway, let's continue going here, folks. I want to talk about some different subject matters. I want to talk a little bit about an article that I had tweeted out earlier today in which it was titled, Muslims are the new feminists, or the true feminists, excuse me. Let me go ahead and tweet this, all right? Muslims are the true feminists. Here it is right here, folks, all right? Let me go ahead and retweet that. You see that? Muslims are the true feminists. Now, it's a Huffington Post article, and I thought it was satire. I thought it was just like, they're just satirists, and, No. You know what's happening here, folks? They are dead serious in saying that Muslims are the true feminists. I mean, look, I just retweeted that article right now on my Twitter account. They actually believe this. And, folks, I've said this time and time again. If you are a feminist and you actually believe that Muslims are the true feminists, or if you're a feminist and you're marching with a woman with a hijab, then you are the biggest hypocrite on the face of the planet. And I've said this time and time again. If you are a feminist and you're marching in the same march as a woman in a hijab, then you need to shut your mouth and get back in the kitchen where you belong. Do you understand that? You need to get back in the kitchen. Because let me tell you something. That woman that's wearing the hijab, she knows her goddamn place. She would not be there marching with your dumb feminist ass if she didn't have her husband's permission. That's why she's wearing the goddamn hijab. You understand that? Because she's obeying her husband. She's doing what her husband tells her to do. So for you feminists to sit here and say that,
oh, I'm a feminist, hear me roar,
and you're freaking marching with some woman with a damn hijab, then shut your stupid mouth, all right? I don't want to hear your goddamn stupid patriarchy, stupid, dumb, rhetorical crap. Just shut your stupid mouth. Get in the goddamn kitchen where you belong, butt naked, bent over backwards, making some goddamn edible goddamn food. God damn, I'm sick of you feminists, man. I mean, does this make any sense that Muslims are true feminists? Muslims are true feminists. Muslims are true I mean, you're wearing a hijab. The hijab itself, I am mind-boggled how feminists cannot equate the hijab with woman oppression. I just can't understand this whatsoever. How can they not? But no,
you understand. Yeah, Muslims are true feminists, yeah.
Hey, how come I never hear about feminists talk about how when females are born in the Muslim world that their clitorises are cut off? I'm not joking around, folks. I'm not saying this to be vulgar. I'm not saying this to be shocking. It's the goddamn truth. How come we never hear feminists talking about that? Maybe, just maybe, that's the reason why you've got so many Muslim women voluntarily becoming subjugated. Because they don't know what it feels like to be sexually gratified because they got that taken away from them when they were born, for Christ's sake. So that's why I'm saying, folks, I mean, how come the feminists aren't talking about that? Is that true feminism, feminists? Huh? You got Huffington Post writing this article that Muslims are the true feminists. So you mean to tell me that cutting a clitoris off is all right there, boy?
Calling the 2017 Mercedes-Benz GLA simply a compact SUV is like describing a cathedral as just 4 walls and a ceiling. The GLA is both a beautiful work of design and one of the most functional SUVs in its class, and it's available at an exceptional price. Why drive any compact SUV when you could be driving the 2017 Mercedes-Benz GLA? Visit MBUSA.com/GLA to learn more. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
I'm serious. Is that what you're saying now, boy? I'm telling you, feminists nowadays are such hypocrite broads, man. That's why, I don't want to hear feminism. I don't want to hear about, women are oppressed and I don't want to hear this crap. You understand that? You would not be able to do that utterly humiliating march called the Million Women's March anywhere else other than Western civilization. If you were to have done that in a Muslim world, you would have been bludgeoned. You women would have been bludgeoned with a freaking nightstick. You understand? I mean, you would have literally been maybe hosed with a spray. I'm not even joking around. They would have not let you do that whatsoever. Speaking of feminists and speaking of women who are out here trying to virtue signal, utilizing Islam to do so, did you hear about old Janet Jackson there? Oh, did you hear about that? Control! Did you hear about Janet Jackson? For you folks are unaware, Janet Jackson decided that she was going to virtue signal and marry herself a Yehudi and, actually go the whole route. She wanted to be all Muslim. She wanted to wear the beekeeper suit and all that other crap, right? That was up until their child was born. And then once their child was born, she realized that, oh, my God, what am I doing here? How do they want to raise my child? Look, here it is. Look, let me go ahead and retweet this. Look at this. Janet Jackson is getting a divorce months after having a kid with some Yehudi. And look at her right there. She's wearing the beekeeper suit. She thinks that she's liberated. She thinks she's virtue signaling. There it is right there, feminists, all right? There it is. This is Janet freaking Jackson. This is the same broad who did Poetic Justice and who probably did the wild thing in real life, in my opinion, with one Tupac Shakur during that movie, all right? I'm not joking around. I mean, this is the same broad who was out here sexualizing herself throughout the goddamn 90s, out here selling sex as a goddamn weapon, and now she thinks she's going to virtue signal by wearing a goddamn hijab and marrying a goddamn Yehudi. I mean, it's freaking ridiculous. And where are the feminists to talk about Janet Jackson? Huh? Is Janet Jackson not a true feminist now because this woman doesn't want to wear the goddamn beekeeper suit? Damn boy! I mean, I'm just saying, it doesn't even make any sense. It makes no damn sense, and it makes me sick. I mean, women need to realize that the hijab, all right, any woman wearing a hijab or a burqa, that is a symbol of woman oppression. And let me tell you something. I'm not the most favorable to women. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not. I actually think that women will disappoint you. I hate to say it. I'm sorry. But I still think that the damn hijab is a sign of woman oppression. I would not put a woman in a hijab. But I'll tell a woman to her face that I think that, she may be above her pay grade at least 9 times out of 10. And the only reason I say that, folks, is because take a look at all the woman leaders that have literally let us all down. I mean, did you have that woman that got impeached in Brazil, that disgusting, despicable cult follower leader in South Korea, the broad in Argentina. I mean, you got Angela freaking Merkel out here. I mean, I can go on and on. I mean, I'm just saying, women tend to let us down when they're in leadership positions. Okay, I'm just saying. And look at Le Pen out here. Le Pen. Speaking of women leaders, I have to say this. All right, I just have to say this. Marine Le Pen, what the hell is your problem? You stupid, dumb, idiot bitch. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I have to be so vulgar, but you're literally leading the polls. Okay, you're leading the polls. You don't need to say anything stupid. And what does she do? She invokes Jews. Jesus Christ, man. She invokes the Jewish question. Right in the middle of a goddamn election. Like, that isn't going to cause any kind of goddamn waves, you stupid, dumb cunt. Jesus Christ! I mean, here we are. We're trying to take global institutionalism down. We're trying to use you, Le Pen, to take your ass out of the goddamn EU, and you go out and say something stupid like that? You stupid broad! Give me the mic. She comes out, Le Pen, all right? She comes out And she questions whether French were even involved in any of the wartime Jewish arrests. Now, whether you agree or disagree with this topic, it doesn't matter. She shouldn't even be invoking it. All right? She shouldn't even be invoking it. You're in the middle of a freaking election, you stupid moron. And because she invoked this, guess who is up on her tail? Take a guess who all of a sudden is taking the lead because of this stupid, ridiculous comment. The communists. The communists, for Christ's sake. And as a result, what's going to happen? Le Pen's going to lose the election now. She's going to lose the election, and the EU is going to continue to be the way it is because this dumb, stupid skankosaurus, for whatever reason, couldn't just shut her goddamn yap and just sit there and say what she's supposed to say, get elected, and then if you have anything that you want to, assert as policy, well, then you can assert it as policy, you dumb, stupid frog. I mean, I'm telling you, man, listen, it's not that I'm sympathizing. See, now I've got these anti-Semitics over here.
Oh, what are you, sympathizing with the Jews, Ghost? How's that what you're doing, huh? It's Passover today. Are you sympathizing with them, huh? You're a good goyim, huh?
Hey, it doesn't matter if I am or not, you dumb, stupid idiot. It's about an election. And when you have an election, it's not about you. You see, Exara Hawks,
you're a Jew sympathizer.
Oh, yeah? Well, great. I mean, now you're on record as being an anti-Semite, you stupid moron. You try to go out and run for office and see if these comments doesn't come back around to haunt you, you stupid idiot. So, once again, look at it.
Le Pen did nothing wrong.
Well, fine, keep thinking that. When she loses the election, look at yourselves in the mirror because she lost, you moron. Do you understand? Political science is not about you. It's not about what the fuck you think. It's not about what the fuck you feel. It's about what Joe Six-Pack feels, you moron. Nobody cares about you. Nobody cares about what you have to think. All the whole science around political science is to manipulate the masses. And if you aren't any kind of a player on the grand chessboard, and if you're not somebody who can manipulate the pawns on the grand chessboard, well then, my God, you are a pawn. You are a pawn. So you could sit there and flap your fat Cheeto-stained fingers on the keyboard, talking all the personalized garbage you want. You affect nothing. You affect nothing and affect nobody. So that's what I'm saying, man. I mean, look, you could sit here and say, oh, that's not, she didn't do anything wrong. We like Le Pen. That's great. Good for you. You aren't the whole of the masses. You are just one insignificant pile of human protoplasm that is insignificant in the aggregate of numbers. And you see, that's what many of you that are hopping off the Trump train don't understand. It's not about you, you freaking selfish pricks. All right, we got a whole country of people that this government and this president have to worry about. All right, you people are out,
Le Pen, she didn't do nothing wrong.
Great, to you she didn't do nothing wrong, you idiot. But to the masses, that ain't going to rub the masses the right way. You ain't going to win elections saying crap like that, man. And only a stupid bitch, excuse my French, I'm sorry, only a stupid, dumb, skankosaurus woman would just blurt something out like that without thinking twice that, oh, man, we're so close to an election, I better shut my yap before my mouth writes a check that my ass can't cash. So, look, I don't care if you think that it's a great thing that Le Pen said it, you moron. I don't give a crap if you think it's great. It's not great in the scheme of things because now she ain't going to win the election, you stupid, ungrateful pricks. And that's what I'm saying. All of you that are out here, they're like,
oh, she didn't do anything bad. It doesn't really matter.
That's why you haven't gone anywhere in life. Because you don't understand. It's not about you. You're not going to get successful doing things just that you want to do. I mean, if you think that you can do things without other people, well, then you're never going to be rich. You're never going to be wealthy. Or if you just wanted to be a successful bureaucrat, you're never going to be elected. Because it's not about what you think, morons. It's about what Joe Sixpack thinks. It's about what Miss Joe Sixpack thinks. It's about the masses. That's what political science is all about. So you idiots can sit there and act like a bunch of self-centered and bad-lighting jerk dicks and think that Le Pen is this great fucking, oh, she didn't do nothing wrong. Oh, so what? She talked about Jews. So what? Okay, yes, so what? I don't care either. The problem is that Mr. and Mrs. Joe Frog out there in goddamn France tend to care about this issue. I mean, this is a big issue in freaking France, you morons. And this could potentially lose her the election. I think she's lost it. And to be honest with you, this is headline news right now in France. Headline news. Now, why the hell would she have to say that? Why would she have to say that? I mean, she, in my opinion, had this election won. And yet, just like some stupid, emotionally impulsive woman, she just had to go and say something that is literally going to lose her the election. So, I mean, that's all I'm saying, man. That's all I'm saying. That's why I can't stand you freaking idiots that hopped off the damn Trump train. I can't stand you. I hate you people now. You understand that? I mean, it just shows me what kind of disloyal pieces of trash that you are, and I don't want you anywhere near me. As a matter of fact, stop listening to my show if you're not for Trump anymore. Get off my show. I don't want you listening. You're a piece of trash. You're scum of the earth. I hate people that are out here. They'll be on your team. They'll sit here. They'll do things for you, and then once one goddamn thing doesn't go their way, they hate you for life. Like some bitchy, blonde-headed bimbo that can't get her Gucci purse. She's just going to go and say, you know what, I'm going to find another Tom, Dick, and Harry that'll give me my Gucci purse. I'm out. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. So all I'm simply stating is this, man, is that, you have to be a little smarter. And if you can't be smart and you want to be like an in real life troll and shit, see how far that gets you. All right? See how far that gets you. See how much success that gets you. You know what I mean? So anyway, that's it for Le Pen, in my opinion. You can forget about her winning this election. She put her foot in her mouth, and it's over, man. It's over. You don't understand how big this anti-Semitism is. It's fucking huge in France. I mean, they sent some designer, some like fruity, like homosexual designer, like that designs clothes. They sent him to jail for saying something anti-Semitic. I mean, do you understand? I mean, so I'm just saying, man, it makes no goddamn sense. That's all I'm saying. And somebody's like, we can't have disagreements with Trump. What Trump did, that's communism. No. Why don't you go to the left where you belong? All right? Go over there with the social justice warriors. Go over there with Black Lives Matter. All right? You can go over there. Piss off. We don't want you. You're a piece of trash. You're a disloyal piece of garbage. All right? We don't want you. We don't need pieces of trash like you that are going to backstab Benedict Arnold style. All right? It just goes to show you what kind of freaking worth you have. You're worthless. Jesus Christ. You know what? Let me get a drink of this freaking Texas tea here. All right, you know what? I've had enough. You know what? Let's take some questions here. All right? Let's take some Gab questions. Let's see. You know, you have a little bit more room to chat on Gab. So I'm going to be taking some Gab questions right now, folks. All right, here for the next 10 to 15 minutes, and then we're going to go into Radio Graffiti. So if you have anything you'd like to ask yours truly, all right, Ask me on Gab. You can just Gab me right now, Politics Ghost. All one word, no underscores, Politics Ghost is the name to follow, all right? And at the same time, you can message me any question you'd like answered on the broadcast here and now. What do you think about Fox bringing back the show Love Connection this summer? I actually like dating shows. I think I said this yesterday or day before yesterday. I love dating shows. As a matter of fact, I think gentlemen should be watching old episodes of Blind Date just to show you how obnoxious gentlemen can be whenever they invoke sex too early in a first date. Okay? Jesus Christ, man. Anyway, let's continue going here. Oh, and first and foremost, I also want to say happy birthday to one Raiden Snake. I know that his birthday was Saturday, and it landed on the Saturday Night Troll Show. And I did not want to say happy birthday to him then because I figured that many of those goddamn trolls, would sit there and make fun of the man. But I do want to say happy birthday to Raiden Snake. I know that he was out there partaking in, some festivities in London, Stan. And I hope that he's doing all right. So happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Raiden Snake. Happy birthday to you. Anyway, I just didn't want anybody to, make fun of him on the Saturday Night Troll Show. All right, I knew that's what they'll do. You know what I mean? Anyway, do you think salary needs to legally be changed? On salary, every second worked over 40 hours is worked for free, which is literally slavery. No, it depends, man. It depends on the salary, first and foremost. It depends on the perks. It depends on the benefits. It depends on a lot of things, man. If you're just collecting salary and you're not getting any kind of health paid for, or you're not getting any kind of perks or anything of that capacity, well, then I understand. But, I think salary is more than sufficient in my personal view, unless it's a low-end salary with no perks or no benefits whatsoever. You know what I mean? Why do you love Sega consoles back in the old days of gaming? Well, because it was fun. That's why, man. It was fun games. You got Shinobi. You got Sonic the Hedgehog. Yeah, there was a bunch of badass games on Sega. All right. I like the old school Nintendo, but Sega. All right. Will there be preemptive strike on North Korea this week? I think it's highly probable unless North Korea waves the white flag, which is what they're trying to get them to do. But we shall see. Do you consider yourself pro-life or pro-choice as it relates to abortion? I really don't care, to be honest with you. I really don't care. To be honest with you, I don't like the fact that you've got women utilizing abortion as a means of birth control. And I think there's some level of obvious immoral viewpoint in that scenario. But in the end, man, I don't have reproductive organs. I don't know what the hell. I can't. I can't hold a baby. Let me continue going here. Do you think age plays any role in political leaders? How would you feel about a 35-year-old president? Man, I don't know about that, man. To be honest with you, I don't really like the younger generations that are coming up, and not for any other reason than that their egos are just unbelievably inflated. Their self-esteems are through the roof, and yet their skill set sucks. Their skill set sucks, and their outlook on life sucks. So I don't really trust the younger generations. I'm sorry, a lot of ignorance going on over there. In those younger generations, lots of ignorance. Sorry. What's your opinion on XPR, Ripple? Have you ever experienced a Passover Seder meal? Well, no, not exactly. Ripple is a decent. It's a decent play, and the reason I say that is because Japan actually uses Ripple in aggregate as far as the cryptocurrency is concerned. But I think that now that they've allowed cryptocurrency as a accepted means of legal tender, I think that you're going to see an open variety of acceptance of cryptocurrency, specifically the major ones, because that's where the money's at. That's where the money's at. Anyway, we're answering Gab questions, folks. If you'd like a question answered, just gab it at me right now, and I'll go ahead and give you an answer. I don't know why people are sending me questions to Twitter. I didn't, I didn't. What the hell? What the hell? I'm on Gab! Jesus Christ. Is there any alcohol in the tea that you're sipping? No, there's no alcohol. Shut up! Stop trying to get me to drink, you bastard! Stop trying to get me to drink! I'm tired of you freaking bastards doing that. I'm trying to make a concerted effort to not drink, all right? And you idiots continue to make it harder and harder and harder. Jesus Christ, you know what? Give me that damn thing. Jesus Christ, man. Stop it with the beer crap, all right? What's the minimum amount of money you'd have to have available before you were comfortably investing? You can have any kind of money, man. $500, $1,000. I mean, you can invest with $200. I mean, you can do whatever it is that you want. There's a variety of different strategies to invest. Let's say that you can only, save maybe about $200 a month. Well, you can save in a variety of different capacities. You either obtain blue chip, high yield dividend stocks in a value investing strategy, meaning that every month the $200 you would traditionally save in a savings account, you buy a blue chip stock every month. Some months you'll buy it high, some months you'll buy it low. That's why you call it value investing. Or you can use your $200 and just, somehow invest it into the cryptocurrency wealth revolution that's happening right now. You know what I mean? I'm serious. With the decline in retweets since the Arab Prince incident, how do you feel about him ruining your show? He didn't ruin my show. What are you talking about, man? I've got more people listening to my broadcast today than I've ever. I'm not even joking around. That's why sometimes Blog Talk Radio is having problems, man, because I'm having over 100,000 people listen to me live, and I'm sure it's, it's putting a working on their servers, to say the least. You know what I mean? It's putting a working on their damn servers. Can I do a TCR game show? I was thinking about that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to acquire some more cryptocurrency, and that's what we'll do. We'll do some kind of contest, and we'll just give people cryptocurrency, baby. That's why you need to have a wallet. Get your goddamn wallet so that you can participate in some of these damn things, baby. You understand? Woo! If your philosophy on religion involves humans killing humans, does that mean you are for cannibalism? First of all, no, I'm not for cannibalism. And secondly, we have to somehow figure out a way to thin the herd of humanity, because we are at the end of the food chain. You see, every other living organism has another living organism that eats it in order to survive. And you see, based on that premise, this is not a very pretty place. So as a result, because we have so many people being born on this earth, and hey, look, take a look at all these ungrateful assholes that turned their backs on Trump because of one thing they disagreed with him on. Just think about that selfishness. Think about how self-absorbed, how selfish, how completely disconnected from reality these people are. And combine that by about 7 billion people on the planet. I mean, you have to think, there are so many people on this planet that believe that because they were shitted out of some uterus hole, that they're supposed to be accorded food, clothing, housing, just because they were born. And that's, I mean, come on, man. That's not accorded to any living organism on this planet. Why in the hell should it be accorded to humanity, especially useless eaters, for a lack of a better term, whose only contribution to humanity is turning perfectly good food into shit? And you know the bad part about it is that the shit that they take actually has more contribution to the earth than their sack of human protoplasm ass. Because at least the shit that they take fertilizes the goddamn earth, for heaven's sake. At least it inspires new life. What the hell do these dumb 7.5 billion people out here doing besides raping the earth of her natural resources? So, I mean, what's the humane way to be able to eliminate certain aspects of humanity for the sake of the sustenance of the whole? Huh? It's to, get these people that are in fanatical populations to kill each other. I mean, that's exactly what I described in Hour 2 of the Middle East foreign policy and of the Asiatic foreign policy. I mean, we have to start thinking about the sustenance of Western civilization, of civilized society. What do you think about Russia doing with, well, first of all, it's not Russia, it's Chechnya, who has gay concentration camps. And you want to know why they have gay concentration camps? Huh? They've got gay concentration camps because they're Muslim. These are white Muslims in Chechnya. This is where they call it the Caucasus region, because this is where the term Caucasian comes from. Let me go ahead and retweet this article if you folks that are unaware. Here it is. I just retweeted it. Chechnya opens up world's first concentration camp for homosexuals. Now, for you guys that are sitting here that are homosexual, that are still harping on this Islamophobia and oh, I'm down with Islam and that Muslims are the true feminists and all this other nonsense, right there. You see that article that I just tweeted up? Right there. That's what will happen if Muslims took control of Western civilization there, homosexuals, all right? All right, that's what will happen to you right there. You'll either go to a concentration camp or you'll be eliminated. So, for you homosexuals who want to continue to sustain your continuity, for you to be obliging this whole leftist Islamic fanaticism is suicidal. It's suicidal. But, of course, a lot of the homosexuals, for whatever reason, they have suicidal-like behavior. And the reason I say this is because of the prevalence of the AIDS that is rampant amongst homosexuals. And it's not for any other reason other than the fact that the homosexuals, for whatever reason, do not want to practice safe sexual relations. And this is a fact. This is an absolute fact. You can take a look on Craigslist, all right? I hate to say this to you guys, but take a look on Craigslist and Casual Encounters, all right, and take a look at the male for male section and take a look how many people are asking for quote-unquote bareback sexual relations. Now, before you go, please, viewer discretion and advised. It's freaking disgusting X-rated crap. But you see, they're on Craigslist asking for barebacks. They're asking to take loads and that sort of thing. And the only reason I'm talking about this so vulgar is because, I want the homosexuals to know that you can't hide behind, oh, you're just homophobic. Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. Hey, I'm not homophobic. I know exactly what I'm talking about. You homosexuals, for whatever reason, you participate in this suicidal-like behavior by going out having anonymous sex, okay? Having anonymous sex And for whatever reason, you don't want to have any protection. You don't want to have any I don't get it. I don't get it. But either way, all right, either way, it's easy for you to sit here and try to, I don't know, bolster some kind of virtue signaling by claiming that you're on the side of Islam. Well, out there in Chechnya, and these are white Muslims in Chechnya, mind you, okay, that are now sending gays to concentration camps, okay? So I hope that you're all okay about this now, all right? Anyway, folks, look, we got about a little over 15 minutes left in the broadcast, all right? Let's go ahead and get to everybody's favorite part of the broadcast, all right? And I'm talking about Radio Graffiti. That's right, folks. Radio Graffiti, the part of the broadcast where the spectators become a part of the spectacle. All you've got to do is give me a call right now at 516-453-9903. And when I call on your area code, you've got exactly 3 to 4 seconds to say whatever it is that's on your mind. That's why they call this Radio Graffiti, all right? And before I move on to Radio Graffiti, I want to remind everybody who was waiting for the My Kids merch from the Saturday Night Troll Show, my apologies. I looked at the piece. I didn't like the way it looked, so I redid it. It will be up today on Ghost.market, folks. All right, it'll be up today, Ghost.market, and as I stated, we sell about 20 or so of these. We will have a third hour this Saturday for the Saturday Night Troll Show, 5:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. So once again, be on the lookout for that. My Kids merch, baby! My Kids merch! Anyway, hey, engineer, do we got any goddamn Radio Graffiti calls to be had here? All right, well, let's go ahead and get to some Radio Graffiti calls right now. How about Anonymous Radio Graffiti? We've got Pylons Radio Graffiti. I am Barney Gumble. Give me another beer! More beer!
Buddy, those are my quarters.
Hey, this guy's paying off. Hey,
Calling the beautifully redesigned 2017 Mercedes-Benz CLA simply a four-door coupe is like describing a world-class athlete as just a good runner. With its sleek profile and powerful turbocharged engine, the CLA offers agility and design that are unmatched in its class, and it's available now at an exceptional price. Why drive any four-door coupe when you could be driving the 2017 Mercedes-Benz CLA? Visit MBUSA.com/CLA to learn more. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
Hi, I'm a helpful Southern California Honda person, and recently we've been doing random acts of helpfulness. Like decorating a children's hospital, helping a mom get a tutor for her son, and even replacing stolen tools from a car break-in. And right now, during the Honda Dream Garage sales event, we can help you too with a great deal on an award-winning Honda. Like the Accord, a 2017 Car and Driver 10 Best a record 31 times. Click the dealer locator link to find a dealer near you, and go to SoCalHondaDealers.com to suggest a random act of helpfulness for someone you know. Car and Driver, January 2017.
What the hell is that? What the hell was that supposed to mean, for Christ's sake? Anonymous Radio Graffiti.
Yeah, I just want to say that when it comes to the Janet Jackson deal, you have actually feminists on Twitter and even black women, white women that are praising Janet Jackson for what she did. And I feel bad for this billionaire. He tore up his prenup and said that if the marriage lasts between 5 years, he will pay her $500 million. And you know what this bitch does? She waits until 5 years to dump his ass. That's why you shouldn't get married. Like, these hoes ain't loyal.
Well, I didn't know about that. I'm not too sure about all that, but if that's the case, that's pretty messed up, man. I mean, no kidding. I think that's Chris Brown, right? These hoes ain't loyal. These hoes ain't loyal. Yes, I hear you, man. Anonymous Radio Graffiti. Cleveland Brown Radio Graffiti. We're trying to promote 800-pound gorilla sexual-related activity. We're doing Leslie Jones. Oh yeah, come on.
Yeah, I want me some of that.
Leslie Jones. Yeah.
Yeah! We don't want no goddamn pig!
My name is Cleveland Brown.
Son of a bitch. Shut up your ass! What the hell was that? What the hell was that, for Christ's sake, man? What's up with you racist bastards, man? You guys are racist, man. Freaking chip noises? Chip noises? Oh, good God. Give me the freaking mic, man. Jesus Christ, you people are sick. I'm telling you, you're going to get me pulled off the air, man. You know that? You're going to get me pulled off the air. Good God. Who else do we have here, for heaven's sake? How about 815, Radio Graffiti?
Anyway, I just didn't want anybody to, make fun of him on the Saturday Night Troll show. All right, I knew that's what they'll do. You know what I mean? Anyway, do you think salary needs to legally be changed? On salary, every second worked over 40 hours is worked for free, which is literally slavery.
You know what? I just freaking said that, asshole. I just freaking said that. I just freaking said that. Man, how many of you internet butt stalker splicers are there out there on these internets, man? And not to mention, stop making me sound like a goddamn cartoon. Making me sound like a damn cartoon. Give me that freaking mic. Making me sound like a goddamn cartoon, you son of a bitch. How about 423 Radio Graffiti? Sound like a goddamn cartoon, you son of a bitch. How many internet butt stalkers do I have, man? Take about 10 steps away from my freaking butt crack, you internet butt stalkers. Jesus Christ. Anonymous, Radio Graffiti. Scarlet Moon, Radio Graffiti. Anyway, let's go ahead and get to everybody's favorite part of the broadcast, and I'm talking about Enemy Hour. Oh, yeah. You son of a bitch. Damn it, enemy freak! You're free! You can shove your enemy holler up your ass! Shove your goddamn enemy hour up your ass, boy! Son of a bitch, give me the mic! I got your enemy hour there, you pervert! 352 Radio Graffiti. We got Sakura, Radio Graffiti, and I would not doubt if we saw Donald Trump call these nuclear missile strikes on my ass tonight. Oh, shit. Oh, Christ. Oh, Christ, no. Get away. Get away. I'm armed. Get away. You sons of bitches. God damn it. understand that? That's not funny. That's not funny. Anonymous Radio Graffiti.
Greater intensity. You know it won't be long now. Suddenly you feel your cock shaking like a V2 rocket, and the orgasm reaches its climax as your cum literally...
Oh, Jesus. Was that Teutonic? Was that freaking Teutonic? Is that what you've resorted to now, Teutonic? Oh, God. Jesus Christ! Oh, God! I mean, it's sick, man! I'm glad you're banned now, Teutonic. I'm glad you're banned, you sick pervert. Give me the freaking mic, man. Give me the mic. Sick-ass pervert, man. 530 Radio Graffiti.
All right, folks. Now it's time for everybody's favorite part, I should say, of the broadcast. I'm Chuck Templeton. My ass.
Shut up and don't talk about my dog again, you son of a bitch. You understand me? Anonymous Radio Graffiti.
Yes, I am Darth Soros, and your planet is mine. Your galaxy is mine. Your Jedi.
Yeah, shut up. You don't sound like George Soros, asshole, all right? I sound like that.
Yes, I am George Soros, and I like blood. I like watching people suffer because this world is mine. Everything is mine.
So try to learn how to do that first, moron. Anonymous Radio Graffiti.
So long, Mom. I'm off to drop the bomb. So don't wait up for me. But while you swelter down there in your shelter, you can watch me on your TV. While we're attacking frontally, watch brinkily and huntily, describing contrapuntily the cities we have lost. No need for you to miss a minute of the agonizing Holocaust. Yeah!
Hey, it's nuclear war! Anonymous Radio Graffiti.
This is True Steven Universe Radio.
True Steven Universe Radio.
I am your host, the man they call
Steven Ghostedverse.
The badass of the crystal gems.
Give him peace and love, or give him death.
Why are you crying? Earl, stop it, please, baby. Stop it.
Broadcasting from his temple house in Beach City, Delmarva.
Yes! 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 I freaking love this quartz crystal gemstones. Woo!
And now he will take it from here. Your host, the real leader of the crystal gems, the man they call
Steven Ghostedverse.
What the hell was that? What? Why? Anonymous Radio Graffiti.
Hey, I got an idea. So here's my idea for a brand new game, all right? You go shove your head up your ass and just walk 10 feet.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. How old are you?
And I'll watch you fall off a cliff.
Is your dad telling you to say this?
No.
Put your dad on the horn. Put your dad on the damn horn.
My dad isn't here. So,
I hear somebody in the background right there. You sound fruitier than a box of Fruit Loops. Put the person with the lower voice on. You sound like a fruit bowl.
No, you sound like a fruit bowl.
Are you kidding me? You
You're
sound fruitier than a damn box of Fruit Loops. What are you talking about, man? You sound like you just got popped out of the anal passage of Richard Simmons. What are you talking about?
Well, you're way more fruitier than an orange.
Did something catch your mouth? Huh? You got something in your mouth there, boy? Son of a bitch. How about 713 Radio Graffiti?
You're not necessarily understanding me, baby. You need to buy my kids' merch. You need to buy it with the EBT for my kids. You all need to buy my kids' merch. We want a Saturday Night Troll Show 3rd hour. You got to do it for my kids, baby. My kids.
Hey, I agree with you. My kids, baby. My kids' merch will be up later tonight, baby, all right? Anonymous Radio Graffiti. I'm a furry, so I like to... Oh, well, you got a horrible internet connection. Shove it up your damn clogged up poopery. Who else we got? How about one more Anonymous Radio Graffiti?
And they all said, we have a great crowd. We don't have time for the national anthem. I said, yes, we do. We have time for the national anthem, right?
Shut up! The Still in Capitalist Radio Graffiti.
Hey, bud. So today I've got some paint thinners, I've got some terps, and I've also got some glue. I've mixed it all together, so... Oh, Jesus.
Oh,
fucking
man, no. Just get him off! Get his ass off, for Christ's sake, you crazy glue sniffer! You got a lot of freaking problems, Distilling. I'm telling you this right now. I mean, this is an intervention. You got a lot of freaking problems, man. Anonymous Radio Graffiti. Fucking graffiti! Man, I mean, get a better computer, moron. Anonymous Radio Graffiti.